If it isn't fresh, I'm out of business. Isn't that sweet, you little moneymaker, you?
Use new sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away. Use new sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away. Sweet fish.
If it...
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother? Just using your hole. Yeah, I love using your hole. I'm gonna use your little asshole in your mouth, because you know what it is. It's a 3-hole day. Fucking railed. Bitch is getting railed. Fuck! 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 God, where are you going? Baby. Yeah, face fuck. I'm dropping load. Yeah. Oh, up in your fucking mouth. Gonna paint his town red. Gonna paint his wife white.
It's a free-hole day! Oh, John has accepted that it's a funny moment. Hello, everybody! Welcome to the season finale of the Silver Timeline, Season 2. Quite a bit to talk about. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. But let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Lady G, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, Lady G. Thank you. What did you think of the episode, Lady G?
I mean, you actually watched this show?
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's the best I can say for it. I'm gonna say that I'm sorry. You're a masochist if you continue to watch it.
I support piracy.
Yeah, get a cigar boat.
That's the only way. You can't.
Yeah, but I agree, Lady G. John, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Better than most on the panel, that's for sure. But yeah, show was trash. But at least we got some few good things out of it. I mean, like, fucking still trash, but
There's some specs. There is some specs.
I could shut my brain off.
Speaking of specs, it's our favorite minority, Disparu. How you doing?
The English, yeah, used to rule the world. Now we're just stuck on an island somewhere, forgotten about, spoken about in hush whispers. Yeah, I just know that in this show, if I was going to be a military strategist, that strategy would not include setting off a gigantic nuke on an enemy ship and then putting my fleet in the blast radius. It seems like a really bad tactic to have.
Yeah, they call me a masochist. What about you, Mike?
At a loss of words now.
Muted?
Not bad. Wow.
Muted. We survived another season. We survived it, and
we need that as Halo merch.
Yeah,
I survived another season.
It's not the finish of the fight is just getting to the end of the fucking season. Show's bad. It's a real bad fucking show, and they did the worst thing that I could possibly think of them to do. They tickled John's balls.
Okay, listen, I'm going to step in and defend John a little bit here. This episode is the closest it had ever been to being Halo.
That's
and
what
that's
I
what,
mean.
and that's
They-
what makes it.
I thought Mike was talking
frustrating.
about Jimmy Rings.
No. They that's what I'm saying is they tickled the balls and they worked the shaft. They put the work in to let you think they were giving you something at the end.
Oh, I knew they weren't going to give us a good trash show, but I'm going to isolate and enjoy
they
what
were
I
like,
get.
listen, I get that I was really abusive the whole way through this, but at the end here, I'll make sure to give you a little something to feel good about yourself at the end. And I respect the evil that takes to do what they did to Halo. They railed this show in the ass with no lube for 7 episodes, and in the last one they're like, yo, we love Halo. Would you like to see Master Chief do Master Chief things? Okay, here you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Getting
what
a
makes
little
it so
drip feed.
frustrating because it kind of feels like, I think the Lay G said, it kind of feels deliberate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you are capable of actually doing some of the shit people want and the shit people like.
Yeah.
But you just choose not to at this stage. And where it really falls apart is because it's the Silver Timeline and they've made all these drastic changes. When they do something that's more canonically correct, it just doesn't line up at all, right? But Master Chief killing all those elites, you're like, that was badass Chief moment. Helmet on, not talking, killing everyone, jumping into outer space. Like, holy crap, we actually have Chief for like
Yes.
2 minutes.
And the second they end that fight, he's back to Jimmy Rings with his
Yeah.
say Christian Bale voice.
Yeah. But that's not all they did. They also did the flood. Right.
Ooh, well, they did something.
They did something. Go on.
Yeah, they seized opportunities that weren't provided in other shows, other games and books. They took the spores and worked on that. As far as I know, we've never really seen the spores go at it. So, yeah,
Well, I want to.
It was more,
if you'll
They
give me
definitely
the
watched
opportunity-
Resident Evil.
Yeah, I was
And,
gonna say
Evil Dead.
I would love to hear what Disbrew thinks the flood is based on just this episode.
That's a fucking great idea. Disparate.
Yeah,
What
that
do you
is.
think the flood is?
Well, unfortunately, before I watched this show, I did watch a playthrough of people meeting the Flood in the game for the first time, so I know what the game is meant to be. But from this, this show makes it look like the T-Virus. That's all it looks like.
Boom.
yeah, I understand
Especially
that.
when there's bits growing out their neck and stuff, like so they're mutating in front of you. It just makes it look like the T-Virus.
You're not
Okay, but
Yep.
what do you think the flood? Why do you think the? Okay, well, it's not explained. Why do you think the flood is such a big deal in real Halo?
Well, you've told me, but as far as this show has told me, there was absolutely no reason and nobody knows. They walked into an ancient base, found probably one of the worst containers I've ever seen for something that could literally do this much damage. Like, they literally just touched it and it popped open and spread everywhere. Seems really stupid for an advanced technological race. But this entire series has had no reason why anyone's doing anything. She found that container, she opened it, and it infected the base. There's no story, there's no explanation, there's no reason.
Okay, all right. Now,
By the way, what kind of shitty scientist do you
Whoa!
have to be?
your voice. Are you okay?
Whoa.
Did your balls go back up? Are you okay?
Yep. I feel good. I feel great. Jumped my voice up a few octaves. Changed my name too.
Jesus
Lost half your brain.
Christ.
Lost half my brain.
Forgot how to drive.
I am actually an exceptionally good driver.
Became
That's
partly
what they all
retarded.
say.
That's what every single person says.
Yeah.
How you doing, lady?
Yeah.
One
June?
of your people say.
Living the dream. I thought the chat might enjoy hubby a little bit.
Yeah.
What
you
hubby?
definitely did.
Everyone wants to see. What happened was before we had Master Chief, and now we've gone back to Jimmy Rings.
Yeah.
Just like this episode, we had him for about 2 fucking minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I-
also, this first 30 seconds, they don't explain it. They don't explain it in this episode. They're gonna leave it for next season to explain what they said. What the hell happened down there? We see nothing of what goes past this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disbrew, do you know who or what the monitor is?
I've heard you say monitor, but as far as the scene goes, have absolutely no idea what's going on. He's talking about it literally being, when someone's just annoying and like you could have just told me the information, but instead you're going to be all cryptic for absolutely no reason whatsoever. That's what this guy. Oh, there's something dark down there. You'll meet it soon. Just say what it is. You would use that. People don't talk like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was with his voice? Why didn't they just get? I mean,
Hey, Master Chief. What are you thinking? Oh,
yeah.
what do you think's down there? Oh, and I'm like, why are you
I don't remember
like
that bit.
I was like, why are you talking like
Hold
that,
on, Mike.
bro?
Mike, hold on. Let me play the voice for the chat. This is a monitor that he's talking to.
What is that thing? Why is it here? I'm afraid you'll have to be more specific.
I just want to slap him. Like,
I'm gonna need you to be more specific.
if anybody's balls haven't dropped, it's monitors.
Oh, Master Chief, I need you to be specific.
So I think
buddy.
what they're trying to do is, this is a problem we've had with previous episodes, is like, when does this take place?
Yep.
Is this whole episode him telling the monitor
Yes.
how he got it?
Essentially.
Yes, this is
'Cause
all.
it's not
So
explained very well.
no, and
Not
that
at
makes. And what's hilarious about this is how would Chief know what's happening back in Oni?
Yeah, that's
Like
why
how-
I thought. Yeah.
So like, how is the monitor getting? Like, how are we? Because this is why second person. You need to be intelligent to write second person POV because that's what this is. That's what flashbacks. That's second person POV. You have to be incredibly intelligent to successfully write it because there's no way that Chief knows that Miranda is having this conversation with this other researcher right here.
Yeah, Chief has no idea who the
It's-
fuck that
it's
is. He doesn't know
outside-
their conversation.
Yeah, it's outside of Chief's scope. So everything that we see in the outside of when he is talking to
The monitor.
diverse woman hire in charge of Oni, because I can't think of her name right now. It's leaving me.
Sounds racist.
They don't understand that different people have different knowledge of different events. Like in this, you're supposed to think that she's really clever just because the woman looks at the spore container and then she suddenly goes, "Did you touch it? Were you here earlier? Have you touched?" You have absolutely no reason to think any of that. But we're supposed to just think she's hyper intelligent and put two and two together because she looked at a container and said, "That's interesting." Makes no sense.
No, and here's the thing. Even if she did have those suspicions, even if she immediately jumped to that conclusion, she should have locked down that entire room and not let her out.
Yeah, that bitch would have been dead.
But why would she ever have touched it?
But because she's apparently a
They
moron,
don't
and
know
Miranda's
any better
the
at this
only-
point.
Yeah, Miranda's the only intelligent one who was like, "Hey,
but
maybe
to
we
Disper's point,
But she brought it back. She brought it back earlier. She opened it. We've never even seen this other woman mess with it, have we?
Yeah.
No.
Until this episode.
No,
Yeah,
we've never seen this woman."
Why
Yeah, as
didn't
far
it
as
give
we know,
us
we
a
don't-
scene of her opening it? Or
This-
touching it or whatever.
So the scene, it
It never
the-
explains anything in this show.
No, Miranda says there were trace amounts of spores on the container itself,
Well,
which
she's
means
already touched it, though.
Exactly, which means she's already been in contact with it. So that already, excuse me, that already causes a problem. Now, if you're going to go off the fact that the spores were dormant and Miranda's skin is what made them activate, so she is the one person that gets a pass. One, the
She's a
writers aren't that
carrier.
smart.
I've got a theory on that, and it kind of follows into the big, huge Deus Ex Machina that they're going to be that they set up for this in this
Are
episode.
you going to say
for
the
this
spores
season.
are racist?
No, no, it's
wish.
it falls back to the it falls back to the whole genome thing, like with the gene song stuff, where there's like a mixture of Forerunner DNA and stuff.
yeah,
That's what they
they
were
would
talking.
totally-
Oh,
earlier.
you're not going to say she's a forerunner as well?
They're absolutely going to do
She
that.
has because
And what, you're saying it can't infect blessed ones?
So these
That's
people
it.
are all over the place.
Then
I thought they were
I'm
supposed to
guessing
be rare.
They are.
they're
Bro.
supposed to be, but
The plot demands, therefore, the writers put it there.
The thing
Is this
they
going to
are
be
really
like?
rare. They just
Is
all
this going to
happen
be like
in
the
same
originals
place.
and Vampire Diaries, where they start with a group of characters and by the end they've all got superpowers? Like
Yeah.
coincidentally.
It's as rare as a Zubat in a cave.
yeah, as far as the original games went, it was just Master Chief that had this. And throughout the entire games in the original, they kind of like reference and Easter eggs and such that he's the chosen one, that he has this, genome in his DNA. But now with this show, it's Silver Timeline. They just give it to whoever the fuck that's convenient for them for the plot.
That's about half the
Lighthearted
cast
music
then.
rises.
Because
Pretty
there's
much.
now like
So-
4 of them.
The
All
way
the Spartans Any
Sorry.
Go ahead, Lady G.
Well, what I was gonna say was, for as smart as they keep telling us that Amanda is, she is probably the dumbest person in this show because she touched alien tech that was in a it's not even the fact that it's just alien tech. It was in the shriveled hand of a petrified corpse, and she touched it barehanded. Like that's you deserve to get the Curse of
She
King
should have
Tut
worn her mask.
Yeah, well, to
Yeah.
be fair, there was a
She
little
was just
time
wearing her
precedence
mask.
at the time. Didn't have much time to grab it. You know,
I want to play
put on
this
some
part.
gloves.
I want to play this part of the sound. Listen
my
to the
God.
music they have in the background
Oh
of the
my
scientists
fucking
walking
God.
around.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, talking about like T-virus and zombie stuff. Yeah, this is the exact kind of stuff. Straight out of like
Absolutely.
Walking Dead kind of thing. Oh yeah. We get 3 homosexual jihads in this. With
Dude, the hand rub made me so uncomfortable. Like, I get that it was supposed to signify that they are more, but like, I was
Carpet
hyper.
munching?
I was like,
Is the-
dude.
Is it meant to be like mold? Because that spore just looks like mold to me. Like
No.
yeah,
black
mold,
mold.
parasite. It's a unique entity.
It,
This is
started
why
as
it reminded
dust.
me of like Resident Evil 7 and 8 and stuff when they're talking about the mold.
the flood is actually a very, it's like in real Halo lore, not this non-canon BS. It's actually its purpose, its function, and the way it fits into the lore is very hyper intelligently done.
Yeah.
That
It's
does
like
not
the Borg
reflect
if
here.
the Borg was
No.
bioorganic.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's perfect example.
And the thing is, like, they can't be stopped. There's
No.
nothing that can like just wipe them out.
Yeah, because
It's
every
that.
every single flora and fauna gets infected by these guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
The-
The whole reason of the Halo rings is to kind of kill everyone and reset the universe, because the Halo rings won't kill the flood, but it will kill all their food.
Yep.
Oh.
So basically, what you do is you kill all the sentient life in
So
in a
Quan's right
galaxy-
then.
In a galactic scale, you kill everything in that area so that it goes dormant, so that like nothing fucks with it. But like, yeah, like Lethal said, it doesn't get rid of them; it just gets rid of its
That's-
food source, so it can't keep spreading across the universe.
And that's
They're
why
like,
it's
fuck, let's quarantine this bitch and then like move on. Yeah,
pretty much, and that's why all those tubes were there, because they're able to. Because it has no food, it shrinks back down. They're able to contain it, but they can't destroy it, which is why I'm jumping ahead. When she puts Halsey in the cryo tube, I was like, bitch, if that worked,
Whoa,
like, they-
spoilers.
They
Like-
would have been doing it all kinds of amongst the Forerunners and the
Yeah.
ancient humans.
So why do the Halos? Why do they have like forest and stuff on them?
because it's.
Uh,
Sorry, go
You
ahead.
can
Lethal.
you can like live on it
Yep.
and shit. It's like an artificial world.
Yeah, but if the entire point of a Halo is just to kill everything around it,
It's because it's to confine the species that are left that are contained within the domain. It's this whole thing where they can
so it doesn't kill things
they
on
can
the
write-
Halo.
No.
They can write people
Oh, okay.
into like data and then bring them back.
Yep.
That was like the peak of Forerunner technology.
Way back in the day, humans were actually very advanced, like more advanced than they are in this show. But
Yep.
then the flood outbreak took over, and the flood won. Like the flood outbreak that happens in the games is like 1% of what
Yeah.
happened way back in the day.
Mhm.
So the Forerunners activated the rings and basically reset the galaxy, and then slowly started reintroducing all the species and all that type of shit. And then we were back to being cavemen, and all the shit that we had done before was just gone.
Yeah, because the people, like everything that got, or the people that got recalled, necessarily, one, we didn't have the same resources. Hey, subhuman. But also it's I think that's what they're trying. Do you think that's what they're trying to do with Quan, Lethal? Like, she's recalling from the last reset of the Halo. Is that what that shit is?
I have no fucking idea what they're
Because,
doing
like,
with Quan.
I'm trying
But,
to
like-
figure out like if that's what's happening, because that knowledge that was before didn't implant into the new humans that the Halos were able to redistribute through the galaxy,
The
basically.
biggest thing here, Disbrew, that you should walk away with is the lore is very well thought out and
Yes.
put together in everything but this show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because I don't think they even understand how any of this works.
No, clearly, like by the way that this happens, it's obvious that they
Also,
do not.
I want to ask everybody on the panel, if you work in a lab doing all kinds of weird shit that they
I know,
do in these labs,
I know.
and you see some bitch walking around going,
And like sweating, there's literally
Yeah.
buckets pouring
No,
down.
they
it.
get they get put
Are
in
you
quarantine
not-
right away.
Oh
are
yeah.
you not going to shoot that bitch in the face?
Not even that. I want you all to think of how many times you've come to a job when you're feeling sick and a boss has took one look at you and said, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
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 And then you had Halsey later on when she gets told about it, and she just glances around and she's sort of like, "Oh, he's got veins. Oh, he's twitching. Why didn't you notice any of this before?"
Disparate, you're gonna love this.
Because the
And
plot
I
demanded it.
can't believe none of us didn't notice this. Do you know what these zombies are actually most like? The zombies from Shaun of the Dead.
Oh my god, that's
you're right.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
God
so
damn.
freaking true.
Just using your whole. Yeah, I'm gonna use your little ass in your mouth. You know what it is. It's a free thing. Fucking rail. Bitch is gonna fuck. Where you going? Baby.
Brother, What's that? What's that, brother?
So good.
What's that, brother?
I love how there was no announcement. It was just there
Like-
and just.
Yeah.
Well, Lady G cheered for it, so
I did
it had
not.
to be
It was
shown.
good.
She did, yeah.
No.
Yeah, you
No.
did. Yeah,
You went,
did.
yes!
I was referring to the
Nope.
fact that they were from Shaun of the Dead, not that I didn't even know the cutscene was coming. It took me completely off guard. I went, "Why? What the f?"
Everything was coming in that.
And then I look in the chat, and there's Raider.
It's a free whole day.
You hold it.
Thank you very much, Raider. Since Lady G missed it, and I'll tell you what, she's not the only one. Thank you very much, Raider, dude. You have gone fucking crazy. I know you're doing it for the meme and for the lol, but honestly, appreciated more than I can express. Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
I appreciate it much less than Lethal does. I still appreciate you, Raider.
That's why he gave it to Lethal and not you.
Ew. I think it sums up this whole show. Ew. Can we get John's face on that Arab guy looking at the show going, ew.
Brother, ew.
So, fun fact:
What is that?
I was up at 29 Palms, affectionately called 29 Stumps, and I was just doing a supply run, and hubby was on deck. I had to run up there and just do a supply run because they needed something that my shop had. So I'm running it up there, and I get there, and the gate guard wouldn't let me in because they were on lockdown for quarantine because 2 people had fevers 104 and they couldn't figure out why, because they were from 2 completely different units and they had, as far as anybody knew, no contact with each other. So the whole base was locked down because 2 people had a fever of 104. Like, just let that marinate.
That is making me laugh so much.
I know.
Yeah, it's like you're living in the rainforest or something.
He is under the impression, first of all, my dogs are staring at me from the sliding glass door, looking at me like I've betrayed them, even though they should be.
Yeah.
They're outdoor dogs. They're cattle dogs. They are working dogs. They prefer to lay around on their backs. And
Yeah,
Bert is
that's
convinced he's one of the
Mhm.
dogs.
We all do.
But anyway, to Mike's point, if you saw someone walking around this, especially in a laboratory, in a black site where they're
Fuck
doing some
that.
really dodgy shit, and here's the other thing, is this not a training facility for Spartan Freeze? And you see someone walking around like that?
Yeah.
Yep. That bitch gets shot in the head immediately. There's no questions.
Yeah,
At the
it's-
very
it-
least,
there's no-
electric netter.
It's an
there's
Oni
no,
black
like,
site.
lock
It's
her
got
up.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no lock her up. There's no handcuffer,
And then when
restrainer. You
Only-
shoot
yeah.
that bitch right in the head.
And then when they lock her up, they put her in an open air prison that
Yeah.
shares space with other individuals.
Well, it's implying they don't know she's infected. They just think she's a criminal. But nobody's wondering, well, why did she do this?
Why
Is
does
there
she
anything on
have
the base that
blue
could do this?
veins? Why is her skin peeling off? And why is she suddenly flying into an aggressive
And
rage
why
for no
are they
reason?
fighting her off? Kill that bitch. Drop her now.
I will say, in Paramount's defense, they kill off a lot of fucking, like, protected classes.
Oh yeah.
That's
Well, they didn't
Well,
have
like-
much choice.
Well,
Like,
it's-
if 90% of your cast is that, what are you going to do in a zombie movie?
You kill 'em, man.
exactly.
They just, I mean, they figured out how to kill a man first. Still,
I still don't know, though, like, from a tracking perspective, how all these people got infected in the places that they
Okay,
did.
so
'Cause they get
she-
sealed off and stuff early enough.
Yeah, but she touched the girl. Like, it's supposed to be, essentially, it's like virus fear prone. Like, oh, all you need to do is touch somebody else, and
Yeah, but throughout this, when they're fighting and shooting, like that Spartan gets really close. He's grabbing him, he's shooting him, so the blood will be going everywhere. So it makes it look as if they need to be, you know, like bitten or stabbed or something.
Well, they need to get like contact. That's what they were showing, like some form of infection, either the spores, which are like totally airborne. You just basically inhale and then it starts infecting your brain. It makes that disconnect between the brain and the body, and that's why everybody's standing totally still. And that point, that's when these spores start gestating and start creating the baby infector pods. So it takes a longer process than what most people are normally used to seeing in the games and the books, where it's like 10 seconds. It really takes like 10 seconds for them to get infected. But
Yeah.
in that case, it's the infector pods fully formed like face huggers. That's what they're
but
doing.
In this show, I don't think they've actually made up rules of how people get infected in this.
No, because some turn like that. When
It's like a
the
baseline.
attacked, it's like that.
Yeah, and that guy is literally, as he's fighting them and shooting them, he is grabbing them and getting right up close. And
You're talking about
Yeah,
Soren,
some-
right?
yeah, and yet somehow
Yeah.
his wife gets infected and he doesn't. It's a very weird scene.
Yeah, it's like I said, I'm guessing it's because they're gonna set it up that the genome makes some form of immunity to that.
Oh, is he going to
And
be?
you have
He's
to
going to
be
be a
killed.
forerunner as well, is he? This is.
Oh, why
Yeah,
not?
well, that's what
Maybe.
they implied in the
Yeah.
what was it in episode 5 or 6
Or-
when Halsey
what was
was in front of that the laboratory that they ultimately went into. That's what
Yeah.
she said. All the Spartans have that genome that she found with the artifact
Yeah.
that
they
has
all-
that
Well,
mixture
in which
of
case,
Forerunner and
why can
human
Master
DNA.
Chief predict the future and toss pick coins and stuff, and
Because
nobody else can?
his
Because I
is
thought it was just
stronger.
because he had the.
Because he has as far as the original games went, the theory that they were running with that I think they threw aside was what I was talking about in earlier breakdowns, was the Bornsteller theory, where he has a particular genome of a unique individual who was the big grand poobah of the Forerunners.
I tell you, it'd be nice if any of this was in the show, wouldn't it?
Right?
yeah, it
If
would
you
be,
did-
but
Like
it-
any explanation for any of this? Because it's just
And-
they
and-
put stuff in and don't explain it. It's just weird.
Yeah, but
Even without the deep
you wouldn't
lore-
have the mystery of asking questions and wanting
Yeah.
to watch the next
That's-
episode. That's what they're
why
doing.
That's why this episode is probably the most frustrating one, is because
Yeah.
there's a few things this episode does get right, but it just doesn't line up with the Silver timeline. So it
Yeah.
just looks even more retarded.
Yep.
But here's
And
a
just
fun
because
fact.
you know that- Just because you know the explanation doesn't mean that that's the explanation they're going to use for it in the show.
Well,
No,
most of them won't fit. Most of it won't fit
Oh
anyway.
yeah, most of it won't be. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a botched it's a totally botched, bastardized version of it.
And for this, like, I know we talked about this offline, but for this to happen on Onyx, like, there's absolutely no reason that this should have gotten out of containment at all. Like, those sensors, if she had touched that thing, there would have been sensors going off every freaking where. Like,
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I assumed that happened. That's what I said in the theory, that there was a failsafe with that research lab that they were in and grabbed the sample. They weren't supposed to, as far as the Forerunners wanted, they weren't supposed to grab the samples.
no.
But they did. But Miranda did anyways. That's all supposed to be contained because
Yeah, didn't Kai touch it in
Touch,
season 1? That rings a bell.
They all did. They all
I'd
touched
be
it.
okay with season 2 Kai.
The
touched it,
artifact,
but not
yeah.
season 1 Kai.
and that's it. They had that soft reset. They don't know their own fucking story. They can't keep consistent. And we know that.
Listen, I appreciate this part because it's a sweaty brown woman speaking in Spanish, so I'm cool. I am very, very, very cool with that.
So, fun fact, when those doors open, they should have immediately taken off.
Yeah,
Like-
they're just sitting there.
Yeah, you should have
Like-
just opened. Go. We'll get into position and then open the door.
She's
Like,
not doing
even-
some big
You
speech.
gotta wait for that green light.
The green light is the doors. Like, that's
Well, you see the lights above. You see right behind there the red,
Yeah.
and you'll see in the next scene there's supposed to be just above the doors the green. They're sitting red.
yeah.
And
They're not
waiting on that
moving.
one.
But
They're just
but
sitting there.
the
One
the
thing
way,
that I do like is just how like so much taller Kai is. At least that's
Yeah.
right.
Yes. Like, even when you do any kind of paratrooping air to ground assault stuff, you do your preamble before those doors drop, because when those doors drop, that's your green, like, that's when you go. There is no, the doors are open for 6, 7, 12, 35 seconds so that your leader can what is it?
Does that
dodge out.
explosion come from behind her?
Yes.
So how did they get hit in the back when they're facing the enemy?
That
You just
Bro.
turn
Blast
around
that-
and just
I-
shot
aggressively
angle.
do it. Yeah.
I've rewatched that part so many times and I still can't figure that out.
You just turn them around and grab them by the hips. That usually works.
The frick?
To hit it from the back.
Would have been nice to
This-
see
I
some
do like this,
banshees.
though.
That
Yeah,
would've
it would've been
worked.
Nice to see banshees or some phantoms. I like this layer. You can see like that. You can actually see their arms and legs and shit.
Oh yeah, they got blown the fuck up.
Oh, everybody in that ship should be dead.
Oh yeah.
They should be vaporized.
You know, this scene was actually done in another Paramount project as well.
No, it wasn't.
In the second J.J. Abrams Star Trek, there was a whole scene where they do a space jump from a ship to another ship with jetpacks.
I hate this timeline.
So like they even like didn't even, that's not even like a
Through a debris field! You're
No,
right.
they did.
Project that
Yeah.
worked on.
Through a debris field. It was
Yeah.
it was
It was Khan and Kirk through a
Yeah,
debris
Khan and
field.
Kirk,
Yeah. In spacesuits.
son of a bitch.
And
I'm
Kirk
pretty
at
sure
one
they've
point-
done it in Discovery
and
as
then-
well.
And then Kirk at one point gets off and can't find his way and is like trying to figure things out because he hit a piece of debris, and then he manages to get back on track. Yeah.
Yeah, he blind lands it at like against all odds. And then
Yep.
if I remember right, who was the ringer that was hiding on the ship? Somebody was on the ship, wasn't there?
Scotty was hiding on the ship.
Scotty was on the ship and he came in and saved the day, kind of like Chief did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Isn't that
So this
crazy?
part's kind of
Son
nice.
of a bitch.
And they land
Yeah.
on the ship. I think I
Ship's
missed
looking
it.
nice. Oh yeah, with the assault carrier coming
There's supposed to be
overhead.
Spartan 3s, right?
Two of them are.
Yes.
Yeah, two of them in
they're like the worst
semi-powered
fucking
infiltrator
Spartans
armor.
Ever. Yeah.
Yeah, they're more like Spartan 4s, really.
No.
They're
Or
more
just-
like
or
green
like
as hell ODSTs.
Yeah, I was going to say really shitty ODSTs. Yeah.
I know this is way jumping ahead, but season 3 is probably going to be Combat Evolved, the same way this
Oh,
was
yeah.
Fall of Reach.
Oh,
The same way this
sloppy.
was Fall of Reach.
Sloppy
right?
CE.
Who fucking called it?
But here's the thing, here's one of my biggest questions about that, and that's because I'm an ODST diehard fanboy apologist. All the bases that you use in the first game
They're
are
already
because of ODSTs.
yeah.
Yep.
But ODSTs don't exist in this timeline.
They don't know that. They don't know any of that, Lethal. What did I fucking say? It's another fucking reboot. They're just gonna
Yeah, it's a
keep
soft
every time-
reset every fucking
Yep.
season.
You know why?
Mhm.
Because they're doing Wheel of Time better than Wheel of Time. Sorry, Disparu. This is your new
I
Wheel
hate
of Time.
I hate
This is
Amazon's
the
Wheel
wheel.
of Time. No,
It's like poetry. It's like poetry.
Stop.
It
Stop.
rhymes.
no,
so they're,
Mike.
they're gonna reach the bottom of the halo, and it'll just be like Rafe Judkins walking out of the shadows.
Oh my god.
So there's our boy Jimmy Rings.
Yeah, there's really no sense of time frame for any of this battle. Like,
Yeah.
it's just fucking everywhere. Chief's
And-
just sitting there listening to everything, and it's like, how long has he been sitting there? Like, fucking
Yeah, he's
minutes
just watching-
contemplating
Yeah,
this.
and then how does he get back so quickly?
Yeah.
He's
No,
just
it's like-
watching people
he-
die in space.
He's got a space Corvette. It's like fucking Game of Thrones all over again. He's got a space Corvette
It's so
flying above.
good.
And
What was the
outside-
point of removing her from power just to stick her back in charge again?
Because
She was always in charge. She
So-
just played undercover.
Yeah, exactly. So what was the point?
there
why?
was no point. They were trying to look smarter than they actually are. It's
Yeah.
just like what they did with Witcher season 1 when they chopped up all the timelines and you were like, "Oh, what's happening?" Like you had to physically
You have to give a reason why she went into hiding, and they haven't.
They-
They don't
no, they
explain
don't.
anything.
It's because it's Oni. That's what they're leaning on. Oh, it's Oni. We do weird stuff like that to mess with
Yeah, but there has
people's
to be a
minds.
reason why they do weird
No,
stuff.
bro, I understand. I am telling you, the writers are not smart enough, and they don't care. They are not that detailed oriented.
No,
It's
they're
just-
not.
They just do not. They flat out don't effing care, and they don't think anybody's going to pay attention. They're like, they just woman of color in power. Who then? I'll wait. But by the way, that looks like something straight out of Star Wars, Empire. But when she's standing in front of that little table,
Oh, yeah.
Also-
that's Empire.
Oh,
Tell me it's not.
does.
It
Another
is.
thing,
It's
another
Empire.
thing, and this is something that's been very consistent with this show. What is the very other than the recap? We don't count the recap. What is the very first thing that we see when we start this episode? It's the very first shot that we get.
Helmetless
face.
cheeks.
No helmet.
Fucking his stupid fucking face again.
Yeah.
Pablo Schreiber's stupid fucking big nose fucking face. And I know it verges on sounding anti-Semitic, but I don't even fucking care.
Well,
Adidas is
it's
gonna
like
drop me. I'll lose all my sponsors.
Let him
'cause I
cook this
hate
room. Let him
Pablo's
cook.
Face.
Why? Why do
sick
you
of
hate his
seeing
face?
Because he has a big fucking nose.
What are you trying to imply?
I'm not.
That he's not chief.
I'm trying to imply that he's not my Master Chief.
So you don't think canonical Master Chief is of a certain Jewish religion?
I think he definitely doesn't come from
Oh,
anywhere
yeah.
near the Middle
Oy
East.
vey.
Look at John. He's like, oh no. Well,
Canary in the coal mines, yo.
Yeah.
he's like, we can't say any of this in my country. Bro, I'm just saying, I just don't want to see his fucking face. And they'd literally open up the episode with it. Every
The
fucking
ending.
time.
He's
The ending of the
kneeling.
episode, his helmet is fully done. There's a little tiny mark on the visor, and then we cut to a random scene where it's half and half. At no
Yeah.
point does his helmet get more damaged. I don't know
No.
where
There's
that
a-
came from.
It's like
No.
there's a missing scene, a few
Yeah.
scenes from this episode that they just completely cut, and
You
they
know what it
don't,
was?
They don't bother explaining
Master Chief got railed by the monitor and he broke his mask.
So the outside of this conversation that Chief is having with her and the conversation that he has with Halsey in a few minutes, he should not have any idea what's happening down there. He doesn't know what's going on with Kessler and
I have
Laura
no idea
or
what's
whatever.
going on down
it.
there.
Yeah, I don't think he's like
Neither do we-
completely
yeah, we don't
explaining. It's
know.
just this show and tell from the from the showrunners that are just
but the
giving us all the
perspect-
information.
the
Yeah, it seems
perspect-
like it. Yeah, there's you can be interpreted
They-
that way.
No, that's what they mean for it to be because it starts with him talking to the monitor and then it's
Yeah, but you don't-
flashbacks and then it's at the end and then the monitor is like, "So, you fight, but why? Like after all of this, you still fight. Why?" And so it has been Chief talking to the monitor this entire time.
No,
Even-
no, you're assuming. He could have He could have just told him his part throughout the time, and we're just seeing things. We're not seeing his narration because
Exactly.
at no point during the scene, over the Oni base, do we get Master Chief coming in and going, and so they did this. It's like no, they
You
just
don't
tried
need
to be
that for second
clever.
person.
It's like Westworld. They're just showing the scenes out of order.
Cortana still has communication access to Onyx. That might be their way in.
What?
She still is Cortana is like the super AI. She still has contact and connection with Onyx.
Yeah, the
That's what she
super
can-
AI that he gets out of the ship by punching it.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was really dumb.
You don't know everything.
Actually, that
Cortana.
probably was my favorite part of this episode.
Yeah,
He's like, you don't know everything, Cortana, you dumb AI.
They're just-
if I punch
yeah.
this really hard,
I never wanted his IT support.
They're just gonna brush
Right?
it off as it's exactly the same reason how she was able to escape from getting crushed. She just threw herself into the ship. And so she just threw herself into the Mjolnir armor.
No, he forced her into the Mjolnir armor.
One
He
time-
punched her
okay.
out of the ship.
I'll tell a quick a story one time.
He did what he told her once.
One time I was playing D&D and we ran into this weird puzzle and nobody could fucking figure this puzzle out. And so I was playing a character that he was a brawler. All he did was punch things. And he went, I'm just going to fucking punch it really hard. And the guy was like, all right. And I went to go punch it and I rolled a nat 20. And I figured the fucking puzzle out. It like jostled the thing loose that we needed and it worked. Sometimes the only answer is to just punch it as hard as you fucking can. Okay? So that's why I respect that scene, because it makes the most sense. And
Most advanced
Master
AI.
Chief is super lucky. So he's like, man, if I combine my luck with how hard I can punch things, I can fix this.
The fact that it, one, worked, and two, she's already admitted 3 times now that she can't calculate everything when it comes to Chief, which I told you guys episodes. I was like, she can't.
Because he's
like,
magic.
Yes, he's
that's how they're
magic.
treating it. Yes, but when he's like, you don't know everything, that implies that he knows something Cortana doesn't. But Cortana has been with Mackie this whole time, and then he stands in front of Mackie, and she's like, I know something you don't know, essentially. And he's like, and what's that? And she goes, I'm a demon too. And I'm like, well, how the fuck? How would he not know that?
Can we also respect
Why
the fact
did the
that they-
AI not tell the guy so that he can save Reach just by letting Master Chief do stuff because you can't predict it?
Yeah.
Because the plot, like, and the fact that they what is the word, advertise this season on on it being about Reach and it actually having minimal to do with Reach. Most of it's happened on Onyx or fuck all anywhere in the galaxy or universe. And then we finally get to the damn Halo.
Can we also
I hate it.
We also gotta listen. I'm trying to be like John here. I'm trying to give it credit where credit is due. Can we also appreciate the fact that they gave Chief a girl boss line? When like the one chick is like, you cannot go there and do anything, and he's like, you don't know what I can do. I was like, that's a girl boss
And then he
line.
punched a woman.
Then he punches an AI woman as hard as he can. Yeah, he's just like, I was like, wow, bro, look at that. They've flipped the table on us. We didn't know that was coming.
Yeah,
you know?
you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, here at DC that they got Liara and Kessler stuck in a prison cell, like with last episode, captured them, and also, hey, thank you very much, Nazmir. But yeah, with that, also had Ackerson get thrown into jail too, like with last episode, and now they're all sitting there with this girl there, Janine, who's getting all infected, just sitting there. And they're doing absolutely nothing. It's just letting her infester and become this either a combat form or a carrier form. And that's pretty much what the spores are doing. They're basically trying to turn everybody into these carrier forms to create the infector pods so they can infect more people faster.
John, there was something I was supposed to tell you before we started, so I'm just going to tell everyone live. I was talking with Blabs, and we were talking about your first video that you made, which, by the way, everyone should go check out John's first video. And Blabs was saying she was having trouble finding your channel. And I'm like, yeah, you know, noob channel, one video, all that type of stuff. And plus his name's John Connor, so you're probably going to see a lot of Terminator stuff. And then she goes, oh, is that why Arnold Schwarzenegger keeps popping up?
No.
Yeah, it's my name. The name comes the last name comes from BattleTech. It's a deep reference, a deep lore reference. So, and I didn't even think of it at the time.
So deep that
You may, for a channel name, want a different name though, because you will never beat the Terminator.
No.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
maybe
I
you
might be able to ride that algorithm.
Like
aiming so high.
Yeah, it will be if people search for John Connor, they will always get.
Yeah, well,
the Terminator movies.
when they put in John Connor, of course, you got to put in ERS
That's why it's
Connors.
Connors.
Yeah.
It won't.
Okay.
There's nuance to it. But yeah, anyways, with
Nuance.
she's sitting there getting
It's like
infected and all
That's
festering.
That's just what you
and-
want. It's just what you want in a brand name.
Is
Nuance.
nobody curious how
I think that's
how
already
the
taken,
frick,
eh, bro?
right?
It's a-
How the frick
like poetry.
did the security guard get infected and not these two or Ackerson?
Because
like-
Yeah.
they're main characters.
Make it make sense.
Because they're main characters and they have plot armor.
Main character energy
they're
is not
Forerunners.
a defense against
They're
the flood.
forerunners.
Yeah,
They're
they're
chosen
Forerunners,
ones.
they're
immune.
They're
Defense.
demons.
Okay,
She
I
can't
do
be-
actually like this though.
That
I like
was
that.
That was one of the few parts I was like, oh, they do know what they are capable of doing something correct.
They don't know. They don't know that.
they
stole
don't
that
know.
They stole that from Stranger Things. What
Well,
I'm
the
saying
stupid thing is as well, though, we never see that do anything.
No. But everything
Well-
that happens in the show, they don't know why it did the thing that it did. But I get you.
So this actually made me think. Did you guys ever read Animorphs?
Oh,
Way back in the day.
Way back,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You guys
more
remember?
fan
I
Bible
can't.
If you
I
ask
can't
me to remember
remember-
anything specific about Animorph, other than they could turn into animals,
and
I
the
won't be able
cover.
to help
They
you.
they were fighting. I forget what they were called, but it was literally stuff like this, but it crawls in the ear.
Yeah.
You remember?
I
That's
do
what it made me
Yeah,
think of when I
okay,
saw
yeah.
this scene.
Gotcha.
All
Yeah,
this
next thing,
stuff,
Oh, Shaky Cam needs to die.
it needs to. It gets worse.
It
Yeah,
does. It's so bad.
They think they're so smart doing this. They're so genius making it artistic, but it's just distracting, and you can't focus on things. But
No.
I guess that's what they want because a lot of the CGI is pretty shit if you start paying
Well,
real
that's-
close attention to it.
That's why.
Why
two-thirds
am
of
I
everybody-
seeing Halo in my Paramount Halo show? Get this the fuck out.
Yeah, I've got to give credit where credit's due. The action itself is pretty tense. It's good. But with the shaky cam and all the other madness that's going around with this episode, it does bear it down.
100%.
But if you shut your brain off,
No,
Yeah, but the
well,
stupid thing is when all the fighting stops and what's happening? And then they just appear at the door. It's like there's only one entrance to the room. Why did you stop paying attention to the door?
this line made no sense. They learned from the first wave. They know our plan better than we do. Like,
What first wave? They're the
Yeah,
first
it's-
ones on it.
yeah, no, apparently. Remember, they passed
Well,
like
they-
two
yeah.
down. Who did she
Yeah,
say?
second wave died.
Dagger team.
Dagger
None of
team.
them-
She's
I
like,
thought
they
none of
ran
them
with
made it
first
on the
wave.
ship.
Dagger team.
One of them did
apparently.
make it. Yeah, apparently the first wave did make it. Yeah, that's it. We got this big clusterfuck, and then we see fog of war, and then we're
But then there
seeing
should have
once
been
we
a
actually
breach
get
hole.
there. Yeah, there was a breach hole. That's where they got in. Was there already a breach hole when Perez?
But we didn't see them. No, we
It's a
saw them.
real day.
All we did was we saw them walk to the bridge point. They're like, we got to go to the bridge point, and we'll re-up with anybody that can fight there. And then they were just inside the
It's
ship.
called a breach hole, Lady G.
Yeah, for this I
Yeah.
chalked it up
said.
as like conserving
It's a
ammo
breach point. It's
and
not-
waiting for the enemy to actually show itself. And then all of a sudden they come out of fucking nowhere. That was
Bro,
it.
they
If
have
you,
plasma
you have to
swords.
like pay close attention. But what the first elite tries to do is he tries to throw a sticky at them,
Yes,
plasma
yes,
grenade.
he does.
Oh,
And that's when the explosion happens because Kai shoots the plasma grenade in his hand, and that's when all the fucking mess and madness starts going at it. This.
Okay.
But like again, they have plasma swords. I'm not gonna wait for them to get within 5 feet of me before I start shooting them.
Oh, you're
I would.
right. I didn't even notice that. See? And look at that. The fucking plasma rifle. Like, this is the shit where I get frustrated because I go, oh, so you can do it.
Yeah.
It's like what
Well-
Lady G said in our group chat. You go, it just feels like it's a deliberate choice to get it wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Because
of that
that's
show.
that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Perez is about to pick up 2 needlers that look like needlers.
Yeah, and even that, fucking Kai gets a carbine.
It's a nice carbine.
Yeah, and like it looks fine. That's this is why I get so frustrated because when you see shit, when you've had 2 seasons of it just being fucking terrible, and then you get something and you go, "Oh, that's good." And you're like, "Oh, you can do it." It's like when you watch like when you know someone who's incredibly. What's that movie? Good Will Hunting. We go, "Yeah, I know you're a smart cunt, but you're just choosing to be a retard."
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You're
Don't you
super
fucking get
talented,
it?
but you hang out with Ben Affleck. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're just lazy. You're a lazy genius or whatever. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. And this, I really liked this part. I thought this was good.
Mm-hmm.
This entire thing annoyed the hell out of me. They've got one mission to put a spike in, and later on she even goes, "No, we can make it there," so they start fighting again. But she wants an evacuation, so a ship has to come to risk the entire crew of the ship to pick up a handful of people who were literally just thrown away as soldiers anyway. They intended these people to die, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we can't let them die now," but they haven't done the mission.
The inbound fleet was solely so that what's her face could save face. That was it. Like
Yep.
that is the only thing that I can take from this is
That's
that
it.
because when Ackerson showed up and when Chief made it known to the world that he was still alive, and Ackerson showed up and was like, "You're done." The only thing I can think of is she sent the fleet in to save face. So she's
Yep, to
willing
make-
to kill even more people to save face. She did.
Yeah,
this
because now
bitch
if they
does
do
not
their
care.
mission, that entire fleet dies
Yep, exactly.
for no
Yeah,
reason.
all part of Parangovski's clan.
I think this is it here. This is so cringe. This,
Oh yeah, the coin flip.
and it's all in slow motion. I'll see if I can get some volume for it.
Yeah, and they're really proud of it as well because they move the camera around it as it's paused, like they're in the
Yeah.
Matrix or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
some like epic
Right.
decision-making
Watch
moment. But
this. Watch this. This is so cringe.
The thing is, he already knows the answer before he tosses it, so what's the point of tossing it? We'll tell you the
So
emotion
bad.
on his face.
Oh, like, and
They're just like, act harder.
the fact,
Harder.
just put
the
his
fact
helmet
that
on.
it's-
If
the
he's gonna
fact-
just be stone-faced like that.
the fact that it's Perez in his head, like that just pisses me
Don't
off
blame him.
beyond all hellbound reason. Like, why is this tiny little female who you're like?
Because he's like me, has a thing for Latinas, and it's not healthy.
Listen, I don't think that might be this chief's problem. But that's not Master Chief's problem. But like, why here?
I think Master Chief's into black bitches.
They-
No, I think Mr.
they-
Cheeks is into little girls. I mean,
Ew.
Quan influenced him hard. Maki influenced him hard, and now we got Perez.
He wants to fuck 13-year-old boys. You're right.
Ew.
They all look like 13-year-old boys.
Ew. Did you know Mackie is 40? The
The
actress?
actress.
Yeah, she's 40.
She look, yeah, she's
What?
looking good.
She was born in 1984.
Gotta give it to her. She's looking good
Damn.
for 40. That's
Yeah.
for fucking sure.
Real
She's
good.
like-
man.
She's
Charlie
like,
Murphy.
that's when I was trying to find out like how tall she was and how much she weighed. It showed me her age. She's 39 years old, 3 months and like 15 days or something like that. But she turns 40 this year.
Oh, she is caked with makeup, I guess. Yeah, that as well. Most often we
But-
see her on camera, she's caked up.
I
True.
reckon this shows Halsey's a bit of a baddie.
You did. But
Yeah.
my point being, it's just like in Rings of Power. Why does a ship float and a rock sink? Like they were so fucking proud of that line. In here, they were so proud of the line of, did it come up heads or did you make it come up heads? I'm like, bitch.
Oh yeah, that's realize there is no spoon.
Yeah.
Just rephrase.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here. I'm like, we're taking nonsensical lines and trying to add depth and intelligence to them by repeating them, which is not how it works. Like you can't force things into being. It's just not how it
No.
happens. And this whole show feels forced. And I said it. What was it? Episode 5. I was like, they're gonna have to shove so much into these last episodes. And then episode 6 and 7, they gave us nothing. And now here we are, episode freaking 8, and they are trying to shove the Orphans of Reach, Spartan 3s, Semi 4s, Reaching the Halo, The Flood, Halsey and Miranda's relationship, all this shit. Like they're trying to shove all of this shit into one episode.
Want to find out? Tune in next season.
Like it's such a weight. Like I'm being dead serious when I say this should have been episode 1 of season 1 minus the flood. Like this should have been episode 1 of season 1.
I get where you're going. I
Yep.
agree. Hey, do you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
want to see something crazy? Watch this. Watch this. Watch
There's
this.
that Gold Boss moment.
He put the helmet on.
On.
What the fuck? I feel like they filmed this the wrong way. They put the reverse on when they were editing. Like, oh shit! Oops. But yeah, it puts the
It's
helmet
like
on.
poetry.
Ah, speaking of Mackie, everything about her just gives off fucking jealous ex-girlfriend vibes.
Yes, that's exactly
That was
what
this
she
whole
is.
scene. It seemed like
You know,
just
I
get
fucking
rid of the
before you
competition.
did.
We can both see the future is such a. Oh God.
See, let me break this down for everybody, okay? This is a jealous ex-girlfriend who is in the room with the current girlfriend, and she has to have a conversation. So she turns around and says, you know, I fucked him first, right? I did it all first. And Cortana, dead-eyed, stares at him and goes, yeah, but I did anal. And that just ends the whole conversation.
Oh my
Cortana was in him first.
Oh.
Yep.
Cortana just slapped that bitch down.
Ew. Ew.
You might have been first, but I did butt stuff.
Ew.
And look at her; she's stone cold about it. And she knows. She knows. She can't compete with that.
Can't compete with that.
She can't
That's a
compete with
2 whole
that.
day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 2 whole day. It's a 3 whole day.
Oh my God.
Cortana wins. Flawless.
It's just basic maths.
Yeah. Yep.
Jesus, take the wheel.
So, being the jealous ex-girlfriend, she resorts to the one thing she's confident in: murder.
It's facts.
Yep.
If you can't
Crunch.
if you can't beat your boy's ex-girl, just kill her instead. Yeah.
Like she, look at those fucking heels too. Like she,
Boss.
look at that.
You know what we should be looking at? Hey, I'm sorry. Lady G's having some internet issues, so we're going to play it again.
No.
Yes!
Lady G, is your internet working?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just using your whole. Yeah, I love you. I'm gonna use your little ass in your mouth. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's a 3 whole day. Fucking rail. Baby. Gonna pay this
If it isn't fresh, I'm out of business. I'm out of business. Isn't that sweet, you little money maker? Sweet, you little money maker. You.
Sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away. Use new sweet fish every day. Keep that skunky cunt away.
If it isn't.
Remember,
Yes.
gents, if it tastes like trout, get the fuck out.
Bro, that's so good.
Oh man. But Raider with the video says, making up for last week. Look, nothing is ever owed. Nothing is expected, but everything is always appreciated. But thank you very much, Raider. We had to make sure that Lady G's internet was there when she saw the whole clip.
Yeah, she thought
No.
she was being slick. She's like,
I
I don't have to watch it because my internet sucks. I'm like, well, we can fix that.
Yeah, they clipped our fiber lines, so we had to. They gave us this like temporary setup while they fix them, and so like right when you hit the clip, it dropped down to like 1 bar of internet. So it was like browser failed to play video clip, and I was like, yes. And then Lethal made sure that I was not spared.
He's got your
Got you,
back.
Raider. I got
He
you.
got
I got you, Lady G. I got you, Raider. No, but seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. Again, never expected, but always appreciated.
You are good people, Raider, even though I have to suffer.
All the bestie, buddy.
But
Okay, so
but-
anyway. Yeah.
So we found out, by the way, guys, she's 5'4". Like this actress is legit 5'4". So those 3-inch heels, she's still 2 inches shorter than I am. Like in real life, in 3-inch heels. That's just to bring her up to like average height of females in America. It's wild how short this bitch is, which is why I'm so confused why the false arbiter has listened to her at all.
Lady G hates size queens, and that's what she is.
See, look at that. Look at that. There it was. There it was. There it was.
She picks up, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ever fire plasma rifle? Yep. You never
Nope.
forget your first.
Yeah,
Even
But
though
that's
the
such
guy
a-
was-
I like that
They
line. That was
gave-
good.
they gave Kai the guy line, and they gave Chief the power girl line.
See, look that. It fucking looks right.
That is good.
Yeah, this whole episode just pissed me off so much more with with everything, all of season 1 and the other 7 episodes of season 2. This episode just pissed me off even more.
Total cock tease.
Looks right. The Needler looks good. Didn't
Even
they
when
have
they
Needler
shoot-
in, didn't they have a Needler in the first season and it looked kind of shit?
Yes.
Well,
and-
it was the iteration that they had was if I remember right, the original Halo 1, which there've been different iterations of the Needler. The one particular for Halo 1 is a lot bigger. It's got that big underarm thing as well. So this one, it looks like they went with like the Halo 2, 3. They changed versions.
But
Oh,
even
that's
during Fall of Reach, when Chief was running around, that Needler looked. What was that? Episode 2 or 3? That Needler looked good too.
Mhm.
But yeah, Perez just took plasma to the gut.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
only
it's-
thing wrong with this, apart from like the camera and the lack of purple on the ship, is all the Perez stuff I found to just be a bit wanky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you see it as a self-insert for the writers?
I could.
Oh, I don't know. I
but-
haven't looked up the
No.
writers.
Just threw up the idea.
I could see it as that, but what I see it more of is that she's a plot patch. Is honestly what I think.
Yeah.
Is what she's used as. She's a plot patch. That's what she comes across through this entire thing.
They're definitely turning her into Palmer, though. I can see it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
See this part? Yeah. I mean,
There we go.
cool.
Dual Needlers.
This next part is what pisses me off because it's just like every other fight that we've had in this show. 85% of it happens in the smoke, and you can't see what's happening, and it's just frustrating as fudge.
Yeah, lets the CGI department get away with a lot more.
Yeah.
Frustrating as fudge.
Yep.
Now, this was something I quite liked, but it's only there for like a second. I'm just pausing so we don't get taken down. Fuck you, Paramount, you fucking assholes.
Yeah, they still got our last breakdown locked up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
being processed. You can see the ring in the background.
Yep.
So I like that. But yeah, is this when we actually get a Chief cameo?
Distant
Yes.
gunfire. Like, and the fact, this is what really pisses me off. Kai is the one who's like, that's the Chief. Like, oh, nothing.
I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean,
She was under the impression he was going straight to the Halo ring.
Yeah, nothing in this show from their relationship that we have witnessed thus far would give her the confidence to make that statement. Nothing in they have not had a
oh, sorry, hold that thought. There's a really good thing here. How did they even find the Halo ring from this series? They looked out the window from Onyx.
Yeah.
One dude opened the curtain and went, "Hey, what the fuck is that?"
Yeah, they don't really show and tell exactly like where it's located. All they say is that the alien fleet is going in this particular direction. Well, in the show, they were chasing this the Arbiter's ship towards the Halo because apparently Maquis knows exactly where it is, and that's exactly what happened. And so the UNSC Oni at the Black Site, they see the Covenant fleet, the biggest Covenant fleet that they've seen together at this particular section, and then they get other readings that they were saying in the previous episode from that area, and they
And it's a
assume
black
that it's the
hole,
Halo
yeah.
ring. Yeah.
because it's pure energy. They can't see it on the screen. They can only read that it's pure energy. So they're assuming a black hole, which doesn't make any sense because there's a giant ass planet right there. If it was a black hole, that planet wouldn't be there anymore.
I guess
So-
they kind of just found it. Oops.
Tripped over it.
Lol. Shit happens. I don't really have a problem with her being like, "That's the Chief." I mean,
Yeah, well, it's because she's talking to Perez and the rest of the squad that's there. It's
If
and
anything,
to everybody
Perez-
in the Spartans, he is the chief.
Yeah.
Like the way they've treated Sergeant Mendez way back in the day when they were growing up. He's the chief, and so now John takes that position. Oh yeah, this was a really good moment.
Yeah.
this was Master Chief.
Yep, this is
For 13 and a half seconds.
excellent work. Very nice.
And
Good
now we're done.
finish.
Now we're done.
And everyone's just sitting there being like, "Oh, Master Chief made a cameo." Huh.
You have no idea what I can do. Yeah, bitch, that's because you haven't done anything up to this point. Everybody just keeps saying how awesome you are, and then we only got to see 13. Like, how disappointing to have 2 seasons of hype to only last for 13 seconds.
I
Like,
guess
it's-
that's what it's like being
It
married.
happens to a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed a joke.
It's a penis joke, so.
But last season they did the exact same thing. Master Chief had a cameo.
Yeah.
At the end, where he killed
Yeah.
everyone except for the three
Yes,
prophets
sir.
there
Well,
right behind him.
he had to technically get killed to get that cameo.
Yeah.
He had to kill
And
that Mr. Cheeks.
we are in the final episode, and no, it does not get answered. But how is Mackie still alive? They've just avoided that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like with Cheeks, at least they like attempted something. At least they showed you something. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, but they tried something. But with Mackie, it's just nothing.
Yeah, she just-
All they-
Mackie's gone
all
off
they needed-
fucking rails.
All they needed to do was have her on a Covenant operating table, getting treated by the Covenant. I mean, like
Yeah, but they're not.
science, sci-fi, alien tech can
They're not
fix a
gonna do
fucking.
that.
What did she get? Shot in the head or shot in the
Shot in the
center
heart.
mass in the
right
heart?
in the chest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, point blank, center
But they're
mass.
not, but they're not going to do that. And you know why?
Why?
Because it's a bad show.
Yeah.
See, I
Feels
have.
bad.
I think what they're doing, and it's the same reason as why they literally put Halsey on ice.
Yeah.
It's because we know there's going to be a third season. Okay,
Yeah.
there's definitely going to be a third season.
Yeah.
But they don't know if they're going to get a fourth. So they're like, "Oh, we kind of have to put Halsey on ice in case we don't get a third. I mean, sorry, in case we don't get a fourth. But if we do get a fourth, we can bring her back. And Mackie being alive is just them. Well, I don't know. I guess they feel like they need her.
Well, at least where they have their
You know,
timelines set
if-
up that
If they get really deep into it and they're really in trouble, they can just bring back the sex.
Mhm.
So, That's really
Yeah,
what
there's
they're
no
probably
sex this
doing.
whole season, by the way.
Yeah, none, and there's no.
Disappointing.
ass
You had
cheeks,
the
nothing.
you had the lesbians rub hands in the hallway.
That's not the same.
Yeah,
thing.
but last season I got some fucking side titty, some free hot
Yeah.
day.
Mhm.
They didn't even like tongue each other. Like
Yeah, full on nudity last season.
yeah.
I just want to see her pussy, and we didn't even fucking get that.
Ew.
Yeah, I just wanted to. It's just something.
Can we get a naked Perez at least? Come on, man.
You got a half naked Perez.
Yeah, I
It's
guess.
not the same.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what?
So Disparu, this is your favorite part here. We gotta
This-
blow up this whole bitch.
This whole fucking exchange, because she knows what it's gonna do. She knows what it does, and
She could wipe
She's-
out the entire fleet, and she decides just to take out one single ship.
she's gonna do it anyway. And then Chief stops her by going like, I'm not leaving anybody behind this time." And then Kai
Yeah.
somehow like, if you wanted to say that she could pilot any ship from humanity, I could totally buy that because she's a Spartan. A fucking Covenant vessel though, like she.
I mean, to be
literally-
fair, it looks like a bit of a just
Like-
2 joysticks.
how hard could it be?
Yeah.
No, that's
It's just an Xbox controller.
So what her play?
Yeah, I think Disparu might be onto something with that. I think that's what because having the twin sticks, it's just a little slight reference. Yeah,
You know what's better than
I can
2
see that.
sticks?
Hold on, Mike.
Three
So
holes.
her whole plan was to blow up the whole ship and kill Chief in the process.
Yeah.
She was gonna kill
Yeah.
everyone, including
Yeah.
Chief.
yeah,
Anyway.
then, she wouldn't have. That wouldn't be. What
Yeah, but
would-
if
would
she
want
uses that
herself.
spike, it's going to blow up the entire region, possibly the Halo, both
a
fleets.
million
So
miles.
it doesn't really matter whether Chief's on the ship or, a different
She's
ship.
still gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
What day is it, Lady G?
Sunday.
No, it's a freehold day.
Just using your whole. Yeah, I love you. I'm gonna use you in your mouth. You know what it is. You know what it is. It's a 3-hole thing. Baby.
I'm Gabe. And I have brain damage.
Oh,
Good God.
I'm so.
I laugh
proud of
outside
this
when I
chat.
die inside seeing that one.
I'm proud of everyone here. I'm proud of this chat. I just yeah.
I'm proud of everyone. Thank you very much, Mara. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Sweetheart.
Thank you. Gonna paint the town red. Gonna paint his white right.
Absolutely, absolute fucking legend.
I think eventually, if this channel gets enough members, we got to get a picture of Cortana's face and above her say "freehold day" as an
Oh,
emoji.
God.
Oh yeah, that works.
It's a freehold day.
Yeah, with
And
that
on-
stone cold face.
Give me a hell.
But
yeah.
it
Yeah.
hurts so much.
Oh, only the first time. And
Ew. Oh, lethal.
Yeah.
It hurts every time,
Ouch.
actually. That clip does not get easier.
It's gotten a lot easier
No,
for me.
it gets yeah. Wait a minute. Who are you
John?
talking to?
It took a few times, but now John
Yeah.
likes it.
Even
No.
John asked for it last
We
week.
broke
He was
him.
like, "Fuck."
Steal it from me now.
Don't let them interrupt you, John.
It's
Even last week he was like, "Can we just watch that instead?"
Yeah, fucking first episode.
Just put it on a loop.
All right. So yeah, where we at?
I think we jump over. Yeah, we jump over back to the prison cells where Soren and Quan are bobbing and weaving through the. Yeah, Soren bumps into one, and like just like a minute later, don't touch them. No, I'm not. Don't worry. He just did it. But yeah, bobbing and weaving through all these guys who are just completely infected. Well, not completely infected, but they're stone cold, just sitting there. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? And eventually, they make it to their way to the cell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dumb dialogue here.
How they find the cell, by the way, is the most convoluted, ridiculous shit. Like, how the ever loving hell. Soren even says, there's no names on these cells. It's just numbers. And then they look at a camera, and she turns on the volume of Lara screaming, and then all of a sudden, they can find where she's at.
I am still confused by. So it seems like they get infected and they go into this
Dormant state. Yeah.
dormant state. But then when they get get into the command center, it's just instant.
Well, for some of them, for a lot of them, it looked like that it was the process was already going on for them, and with these ones, yeah, that's it. The process is going on, and it's all for plot. You know, it's all to get that suspense going on.
Yeah,
Because if they turned on now, Quan would have died.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, that whole like retcon thing. We'll get to that, and I've got a few theories on what's going on with that.
Don't
Actually,
worry, chat. We haven't even got to the big moment yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Food bar moment.
Because like the way that because for a brief second, Miranda and Halsey have a conversation, and Halsey's like, "What have you learned?" And Miranda's like, It seems to attack neuro whatever," and she's like, they were like, "Yeah, I could see that," but like when you look at the bridge, there were only like 3 or 4 people standing there like statues, but the lady in charge, I cannot remember her name, Paranovsky, she's getting attacked by like 9 or 10.
Yeah, she gets swarmed.
She gets swarmed. There were not enough of them because, first of all, if there were that many people on the bridge, not the bridge because they're not on the ship, but in the command room, standing still, you would have fucking noticed.
Yeah, somebody would have noticed.
So the fact that they did it, because even the camera only shows like 2 or 3, and then all of a sudden it's just everybody except
Why
for
is that?
Because the plot demanded that it needed to happen.
Because
the show sucks.
Because the show sucks. That's absolutely.
I like that
right.
though. That part is cool. When it pops out, that's very flood.
Oh, where they actually start to turn into the flood. Yeah.
Yeah, where you actually see the flood.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Good. Action
But it's
freaking
all
the fuck out.
it's all the other like really shitty plot conveniences that they're like, oh yeah, we just
That's it.
Yeah.
They wanted to have that suspense rather than keeping consistent.
Yeah. Because the thing is, the flood is scary without them trying to make it scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah, give me more of that.
Yeah. I swear they must have blown most of their budget on this episode because all the CGI that they're doing, and it's actually like at least some moments there's quality, like with this moment. Yeah. And then if you watch the original trailer, they pretty much like threw half of the scene, a bunch of scenes from this last episode to get you thinking that, oh, this is all going to be from Reach. This is all Reach going on. And they fucking blew right past it. And
Yeah.
Actually, if I think back, most of the scenes in the trailer, are you talking about the episode trailer or the season trailer?
The season trailer.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
They're almost 85% of those scenes are from this episode.
The hangar coming down and Chief looking at the battle.
Oh yeah. That's what told me that he was going to be taking a sideline, not going straight to the Halo ring.
And the visor being cracked. I said this when that trailer first came out. Like, if this show was a good Halo show, and there was a part where Chief was in a fight, maybe with a bunch of brutes or some shit, and his visor got cracked, we would all be going, "That is so fucking cool."
Yeah.
If we never saw his face, never saw his retarded white Pablo face, and that was like the most we got, we'd all be going, "That's fucking fire."
Yeah, well, they never
Yeah.
planned to give us the proper Master Chief.
Well, because like even as shitty as like Halo Guardians was, like watching Chief's visor gets cracked is like fucking rad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I fucking hate Guardians.
Everyone
Yeah,
hates
it's all-
Everybody
Guardians.
does.
It's
Everybody
a bad
does.
fucking game. Yeah.
Guardians can fuck off.
But it's the best game. No, it's not. Like I can't even troll that one.
I know. I've got the legendary edition model sitting right back behind me.
No, you
It has some.
I got suckered in.
It's a lot like the Star Wars prequels. It has some
Don't
of the
you
best
dare.
trailers and the best marketing, but then when you get to it, you go, "Wow, it sucks."
Oh yeah, that Hunt the Truth really sucked
Hunt
a
the
lot of
Truth
people in.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Muse's music and all the trailers.
Yeah.
God,
Fucking Locke saying, "I'm bringing you in." All of it was amazing. And then you get to the game and you're just sitting there.
You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. That's
But
not how the
I-
prequels are. The prequels are great.
At least we
I'm
got our
talking
Lord
about
and
the
Savior
Star
Buck.
Wars prequels. the
I know.
bad ones.
The prequels are
Yeah.
great.
That's a whole
Nah.
nother stream.
But anyway, so yeah, this is where they find that shit, and eventually back up on the command post.
I'm still trying to figure out.
Battlefront.
I'm still trying to figure out where the spores got on her shoulder. Like
It's
it
got to
doesn't-
happen when the breakout happens, right?
But see, that doesn't make any sense because then that means she would have been the first one of the first ones.
You're talking about
It-
Halsey?
Yeah.
And at the end, where they
Infected.
show it?
No, because the thing that doesn't make sense, he's not. Those aren't in spore form. Like he is full blown. Like the flood's coming out his mouth at that point,
Yeah,
not in.
I don't think it was a
spores.
spore. I think it infected her right then and there.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'd
look.
probably give her a
But she
tap.
saw the spores, but Miranda sees the spores on her shoulder.
Hey, look
Oh,
at that, Master Chief,
I
not
don't
Cheeks. We have Chief. He's
Yeah.
doing Master Chief things.
Yeah.
The fuck. I
For
like
it,
this.
though. But
I actually like this whole part when Paranovsky's, bringing Halsey up, and you're like, you got to tell him to fucking go to the ring. And
Yeah.
instead, Halsey gets on there and goes, "Actually, if you want to land on the ship, this is the best place to land."
Yep.
that was
That
cool.
was cool.
Again,
Yeah.
13 seconds does not make up for two seasons.
Two
of
seasons.
shit.
He's
Yeah,
going
it's
in
a
there to
bad
get Chief. And oh, look, his helmet's back off.
It's an AI. You can make him another one.
Yeah, and
See,
they've
here's the thing. We keep going back to the monitor. So this is John talking to the monitor because the monitor is like, your responsibility is to humanity. You have a mission, the ring. Like this is John. To this whole episode is John talking to the monitor.
But then again, how could he possibly know
He
what's
can't. The
happening with
writers are
Soren?
stupid. The writers are stupid. But this whole episode is John talking to the monitor. The only knowledge that John has at this point of Onyx is his conversation with Paranovsky and Halsey. That's it. He cannot because he doesn't have Cortana in him right now, in his suit. So there's no way that he can know about anything else that's happening with anyone else unless they're gonna pull some mind-link bullshit with Quan like they did with Mackie.
It's gonna be like that time in Dragon Ball Z where Goku reads Krillin mind, and then it's just never mentioned again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
So-
ridiculous.
Where are we at? He gets on the ship. Oh, is this where he does his? I'm just gonna fucking punch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. There's that punch.
Okay, so Cortana
We're all gonna
is
die.
Cortana's in the ship of the Covenant ship. It's crashing onto the ring. By this stage, Chief has found the destroyed ship that Mackie stepped on. You don't know everything. I'm
Yeah, he went
smarter than the
hard.
most advanced artificial intelligence ever fucking created in humanity's history.
That's
I'm smarter than you.
exactly. And he went hard into his Christian Bale voice for this, like
Oh, he did.
so
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I say it every episode, but he does it more and more. This episode, he did it even more.
Yeah, like, and he laid that shit on thick.
What do you know,
Like,
bitch?
He's like,
Yeah,
you need to patch up, like, you need to seal that suit, get her off of this, get her off of here.
He
Okay,
even
they
did
should-
it after he killed all the elites.
yeah,
He turns
I'm
back
the
into
Master
Christian Bale.
Chief. Yeah.
We're both going to be destroyed. In 7.
Not gonna let that happen.
I'm not gonna let that happen. See, this stubbornness.
Where's the detonator?
You will have a choice in the matter. 5,
Yeah, it's silly.
4.
And-
Oh, come on. Oh,
Right.
come the fuck on.
Yeah.
like
It's Christian Bale.
it's silly, but they set it up that she can jump from whatever, just out of mid fucking air. She can
Yep.
jump out of that little thing and go into wherever she wants. That's how she got into the Covenant ship. So all they have to say is he has a chip in the back of his head, so she can jump through his arm and up into the back of the chip, in the back of his head into the chip. That's how it works.
No,
I'm gonna
in this,
put
he
my
doesn't
fist
have a
into
chip
the-
in the back of his head.
I'm
Yeah.
just
No,
gonna put
you
my
don't
fist
see-
into
you don't
the-
see anything.
Literally-
There's an
fucking got
access
a
point
bigger-
in the back of the
Yeah,
head, but
back
no,
of
Not in
his head.
this.
yeah, you never. Well, he never opens it up or
She
pulls it out.
was a
so-
blue liquid, remember, in this?
Yeah, and
liquid.
she can appear.
Yeah.
And she can appear. Like standing right next to him.
They don't have the port in the helmet. Or he's
Yeah. You know why?
because the show sucks.
Sucks.
It's a bad
Bad show.
We love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
How?
No, he's good in Fargo. I should you not.
My
He's
favorite
good in
thing
Fargo.
here is like his wife has spent this whole season screaming at him,
I know.
bitching at him,
Yeah.
and telling him what
Telling
a
him
bad
he's
father
shit. You're
and
a bad dad. You're a
he
bad
is.
husband. You're a criminal scumbag. I was
You
totally
have a-
cool with all the money you were making, though.
Yep.
You have a
and then
marriage. You have a
Oh, yeah.
son. You need to
And
start
at the
thinking
end
like
here,
that.
she's like, "You're a good dad. I love you." And
I
he's
didn't
like,
mean it when I said you were a horrible father all those times,
No.
or when I lashed out at you in an emotional rage,
just
or when I
wanted to
tore
win
my
the
wig off in
argument.
defiance.
She did mean it when she was bitching at him about running everything, running
Yeah,
away from everything.
She 100% meant that shit when they were
Oh,
on
yeah.
that little truck,
Yeah.
and she took her wig off and chucked it to the side because strong women
and then,
apparently.
yeah, and then traumatize her son because he's never seen her with
Yeah,
that wig.
without it.
She's an uber cunt. That's
Yep.
plain and simple.
I'm telling you, I hated every female in this show even more after this episode. Like it's not even
respect that.
close.
Sounds
I
like
hated
bigotry to me.
all of them. Yeah, it's my deeply
Mhm.
seated
In,
internal
internalized
misog-
misogyny.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite part about you, honestly. I hate women too.
I respect a lot of it.
No, you said you like small Latina women. So you
Yeah.
can't say you hate women. So you're telling me if Perez's actress just busted into your house right now, you'd just be like, no, I hate all
Well,
women.
I like to butt fuck fine ladies. I like to butt
Will I
fuck
choke
fine
hold a
ladies.
bitch? Well, maybe.
Will I choke hold a bitch? Well, maybe.
But he does love baddies.
He does love baddies, yes.
Wait, Halsey.
Yeah,
But, with this scene, they finally find the people in Ackerson, and with him saving his kid and his wife, lets him get out, and they're gonna follow him, bob and weave their way out, because apparently they need his help to find a way out, even after they just came in themselves, and they're not gonna come back the way they went.
Yeah.
Whatever. And yeah, that's it. That we got this moment where Chief falls.
His helmet is off again.
Yeah. Off again.
On a here's the
Yeah.
thing. He's
And
been
I swear it was just so they could do this iconic shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it was
Definitely.
100%.
But you didn't have to show. See, if this was a good Halo show, you could have him on the ring. Oh god, whoa! I just fell from space. My fucking head hurts. And then you could have him take off the helmet, not
Yep.
see it, and just have that shot.
Yep. But no. And the shit here that pisses me off. Yes, he's been here in like his mind with Mackie, but he has not physically been here. It looks fine, but he can't confirm that. This tech is way beyond anything he's ever seen. He doesn't even wait for Cortana to explain that in the show. It's the perfect, what does she say? It's the perfect blend of natural and artificial life.
Yeah.
Isn't that what she says?
Symbiosis or something like that?
Yeah.
See, the ring, this looks fine. You got the Forerunner structures. It's
Mm-hmm.
all fine.
Yeah, it's pretty. Nice trees, mountains.
It's actually, they do the Halo music, which is pretty nice
Yes.
as well.
That
Yeah.
was nice.
See, it's a shit like this where we're just like, come on, why couldn't you do this the whole fucking show?
He crashed. Yeah, I wasn't
Because
too
they
sure
don't
about
want
this.
you to like the show.
He crashed in a Covenant vessel, and he didn't have an assault rifle on him.
I
far as
think
I saw.
So I think that this is supposed to show. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm going to say this again. Mike may be right. Like, this is.
Maybe. I'm right.
This is like their Wheel of Time. John's been here before. This is.
What?
Oh god, that'd be they'd be going way sideways if they take that route.
What do you
Way
mean?
sideways? We're already way sideways.
I don't know the Wheel of Time. Explain this to me like I'm a
no.
kid.
Always get worse, Mike.
No, it does make sense. Yeah, if that is his gun,
Yeah.
like essentially the DNA for the Forerunners, it might not be that it's just a little bit of their DNA in him. They could be like spitting him out periodically across time, and every time it happens, he sets off the Halo ring, which resets everything,
Yep.
and then later again he gets spit out to do it all over again. And so they're essentially reliving the same thing.
Over and over.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
But in this one, he'll like break the cycle and come up
Yep.
with a new way of doing it.
That is a shitty group if I've ever seen one.
It's a bad show.
Like
It's a bad show.
It's
real
a bad show, but I'm sitting here and I'm
You
like, because they
It's doing
focus.
something that you never thought it could do, which is get so bad that it ripped off another show.
Yeah.
That's also
Yeah.
horrible.
You have to ask why is there a really old broken gun?
Like
on the
not just
Halo.
old. I mean, that thing is like deteriorating, like rotting, and so you have to like, okay, why are we here? I do think Mike's right, and I think Disparate, like, that's what I'm saying.
It's a Wheel of Time reboot.
It's
son.
It's
It's Groundhog Day, but not the same day.
Yeah, they are essentially the Halo, like the Halo, yes, is a weapon, but Chief is the weapon.
It's essentially it's the story that you told me, right? After the Halo goes off, it resets everything to like a base caveman time period, and then you go through the same stages of evolution that you did originally.
Yep.
But in this, Master Chief will also be part of that cycle. He will get spat out when the flood appears, and so will probably Mackie. And so all of the events that are happening now have already happened, and they're going to happen again in the future.
Yeah,
Oh, it's Attack on Titan.
Yeah. Wheel of Time, Attack on. Take your pick from much.
All between worlds.
Like but it's not Halo. But I think like the more that I've been watching this, and the fact that at the end, remember, like, it's awake because you're here, and you're here because it's awake. Like that, and that's why Cortana's like, Mackie believes this is destiny.
It's like poetry. It has to rhyme or something.
But I think that is correct. It's that Chief is the Forerunner's failsafe, essentially. He's the one that sets off the Halo ring and restarts everything.
Nah.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
You know why I think that? Why I also really think that that's true is because that seems like a clever writing idea, but it's not.
It's not.
For these quality writers, yeah, it's clever to them.
They think, wow, that's really clever because other shows have done it that I liked, or whatever the reasoning is. But...
Attaboy, last toxic male. Good shot.
You'll know it's true if he drops a gun on the Halo ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that'll be setting up that shot, but they won't tell you. They'll just do it.
I always
because
leave that
they've already
folder
done
there.
this. They did this in the first season, where in the very first episode he dropped a gun with one bullet left, and in the finale they picked up that same gun with one bullet and used it to save himself. So they've already done stuff like that
Yeah,
before.
they have. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like poetry.
I like I said, like the second that I saw that gun again, and the fact that Mike is like, they're gonna try and Wheel of Time it, I think he's right. Especially because you have the monitor. The monitor's line now holds that meaning too. Like, it's awake because you're here, and you're here because it's awake. So this is the same shit, different
that didn't
cycle.
make any sense.
Same shit, different.
Look, there
It's
you go.
like
You get a
chicken
shot
and
of her
egg.
torso.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is very
all
much
burned and shit. That's a bit too brown.
Yeah. Where's the biofoam? It's tape.
She's Perez. She don't need no biofilm.
Oh yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
I think she just put it in her butt. But...
She
Yeah,
honest. Go ahead.
She forced. Well, just go ahead, Lady G.
She just tore. Like, I realize it's a burn, but anything that had started to heal, she just tore it wide the fuck open by getting up like that. Like she just utterly destroyed her abdomen right there.
She already destroyed something.
Is this where? Okay.
Yeah, this is where they watch Kai go drive the Covenant Corvette right into the assault carrier.
And you would be like, stupid woman, why did she not just use the spike like we told her? It's like, well, congratulations, you've killed one ship. Yeah. You could have wiped out the entire fleet.
Now, here's the thing, though. Who thinks she's actually dead?
She's not.
Oh, she's not dead. Oh, no.
We see her at the end.
She should be dead. Oh, yeah. But yeah, exactly, Disprove. That shot at the end, she's going to wake up.
Yeah, she got the Halo 4 treatment ending, you know?
She literally got the season 1 ending where she took a, like, seemingly lethal blow and should be dead and survive. Because how did Mackie come back? We still don't know.
No idea.
We don't know. She just came back somehow.
But just assume you won't
Mackie
remember the
returned.
first season.
Perez actually kind of cute, to be honest. Like, all memes
Well,
and
she's
jokes.
also the only one. Shit, you already went away from it. She's also the only one who semi-emotes in this show. Like,
I will be honest, by the way. It would be kind of great if they just said, nobody watched season 1, so we're just ignoring that she got shot and died. Like, fuck it.
That is also a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out that, like, just mid-season 5, just like episode 4 of season 5, it's just Master Chief coming out of Cairo sleep and being like, I just had the most deranged fucking dream.
Yeah. And that's the other reboot. Yeah, they just
it all rewinds back to when he's in bed with Mackie, and it's like his future dream.
No matter what he does, he's always it always ends up him being Master Cheeks.
So, I thought we were taking over the universe together.
This is gonna hurt. That's I don't know. That's a very cheap throwaway line to use. Could have chose something better, but you know that can be said for just about every line of dialogue in this show. This was a neat scene.
I'm just glad they didn't give her like George's line and say something like, you know, make it count. So
yeah.
I guess, but whatever. Whatever. Kaboom.
See, she's the only one that even semi-emotes correctly. Because Chief doesn't at all. Pablo doesn't. Kai doesn't. Ackerson doesn't.
No,
Halsey
actually,
sure as shit doesn't.
This episode gives us one Chief emote that we are all very familiar with. And I'll show you as we get a little bit to it later.
All right.
I think this is
Okay,
only
see, look, all the people are moving.
Yep.
All these people are moving. And then
they're clapping because they've won the battle.
So but then within seconds, because you only see, like, when the camera pans, there's only like 2 or 3 people. And because, here's Miranda. Like, what did you find? I think it was a sample container. No shit, Sherlock. And, like, when the camera pans, because this is Halsey looking around.
And she immediately notices all of them. It's like, did you not think this was weird before?
Right? So that's at 2. So 2 guys. And now suddenly the whole room just
Yeah, then it just turns into 28 days later.
Yeah. And like, it doesn't make any sense. It makes even less sense when you see what they do to Paragovsky here in just a second.
I like this. I think this is a Miranda thing to do, to close the door behind her.
Yeah.
Halsey, yes.
Fuck
Very
Halsey. Oh, sorry, Halsey.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is very Halsey to keep it contained and to monitor.
All about me, myself, and I, her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, this part I actually like as well.
But again, see, this is
Her
even
face
more.
makes me laugh.
See, at no point did that happen to Halsey.
Yeah.
Not at any point did that happen to her. And like even the scene where she's down on the ground, the guy doesn't bite her, he doesn't scratch her, and then when we get down to Miranda, you'll see it in a second. But like, oh shit, you're gonna skip Paragovsky. So, I think
let's just take him.
It was just before that.
It was just before that.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, this is for everyone to cheer.
God, that she looks like she could have a face of a fish. Of a particular fish there, like.
So boom. See now
look,
whole
all
room,
of those people are infected.
Yeah, all those people are now infected, and they are flooding Paragovsky when there were only 2 people before.
Is there only
these
one
guys.
way in and
What
out
is
of
that
this
woman at
place?
the back? She's making like zombie things as if she's biting her, but she's just biting air.
Yeah.
She's like tearing with her mouth and everything. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, this
It's the
one,
woman,
right back
yeah,
here.
over her left shoulder.
Yeah.
When it zooms in and you just see her get swarmed, what's what she's doing? Because I have no idea.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah, this bit.
shaking her
But she
head.
just keeps doing that as if she's biting her, but she's not. She's clearly
Yeah.
got told be a zombie. And she's like, well, this is
Yeah.
what zombies do.
So yeah, Paranosky is dead. Fuck you,
Ding dong.
bitch. I think we're all happy.
Sounds like someone's breaking him. Okay. Okay.
If you
One
get the
down, too many to
reference-
go.
If you get the reference.
Uh,
Ah,
this was very shit. What it
Dumb.
yeah, dumb and fuck. What's the game?
Left 4 Dead.
Yes. Very
This was
much
Left 4
so.
Dead.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay, so they find all these infected people, and yeah, it's
Yeah,
on.
they go absolutely nuts. Bit of
Yeah.
chaos, trying to get their way out, shooting shit. Like, I like Dave Chappelle busting out his Magnum, busting caps. That was cool. And then, yeah.
Okay,
after
here we
she-
go. Here we go. Here we go.
This shit.
She gets
This
cut.
made no sense to me whatsoever.
Because Quan is the same as Chief.
Yeah, but what's it got to do with the woman that walked into the
It's
glassing?
fucking nothing. No, or actually, no. It just reasserts Mike's hypothesis that this is a wheel of time. Like she
Just for-
says,
Well, she
I'm,
says all your ancestors are with
I'm.
you, but
No,
she's
she said,
for-
I'm you
thought-
from
Yeah, she
before.
says I'm you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm you.
but from before. You don't remember.
You, me?
Yeah,
You?
me,
You,
you.
me? You? You a blind.
I'm gonna need you guys to stop thinking and
But
just watch the
Hey,
show.
that's what I've been able to do and to tolerate this show.
They
Just
made
gotta
it
no,
10
bring
times
that
more
inside, John.
complicated using a character that's already existed in the series.
Hmm.
That is apparently nothing to do with
Yeah.
anything.
No, it does. No, this is a totally. Yeah, well, that's it. They finally give us the name of this supernatural character that's they're called the Mother, and I've got 3 theories of what this character might be, and
Alright,
maybe
Well,
I
they
thought
told
it
you
too
what it
much.
was. It's Quan.
That we're gonna play the
Alright.
clip so everyone can see what happens. Because I've got nothing on this one. So her Force Ghost of Vision. Her Force Ghost Vision appears. Basically says it's called the Flood.
Yeah, tells her what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
See,
the
that's thing.
calamity.
We knew you would deliver us. So she's
Yeah.
already delivered them.
Yep.
Yeah, which
I
comes-
am
it's
you.
past
one
tense.
theory.
I am you, protector.
But what she delivered them from? Like, I
Was
don't...
you like this is the flood? From the last cycle of the flood. So long ago, no one remembers the flood from before.
Mhm.
It's her.
Because it was like a gajillion, bazillion, tatillion years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's Quan from whatever the last reset of the Halo ring of Halo. And somehow that gives her the
It's-
power to pause the fucking flood. Oh.
Yeah,
Yo,
like if the flood were technological, I could understand. Like, you know, you're remotely hacking them or something. But if it's a biological being, I don't know how you control them.
You can't. It's because it's magic. That's
Well,
it's
But here's the thing: the Flood can fuck with technology. In between
Yeah, they
Halo
can.
2 and Halo 3, a Gravemind tortured Cortana.
Yep. There are particular floods in the game and throughout the lore that are specifically built to attack and contaminate and control vehicles
yes.
of any sorts.
Because
And like
the-
I was saying,
the-
I've got two or three theories on what this person might be, the Mother. One's stupid. Actually, 2 are stupid and one's actually kind of decent.
All right,
Which is
hold
the
on, hold
most
on,
stupid?
Hold on,
Most
John,
stupid
hold on,
is that-
Hold on,
Go ahead.
Hold on, John. First of all, Blabs with the member message simply just says,
Brother, what's that? What's that? What's that, brother? What's that, brother?
Brother,
Ew, what's that?
All right, John, what's your fucking autistic fucking prediction?
Yeah,
Yeah, and, like,
I'll
pick the
start
worst
with
one.
the stupidest one first
Because
because
that's the one that's most likely to be correct.
Yeah, probably. This person, the mother, is the Silver Timeline, the writer's room version of Mother Earth. She is but not just Mother Earth, but mother of all planets.
No.
Yes. Where do you all go when you die?
Hey, Mike, can you please say N-word what?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nigga, what?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Brother,
Mike.
ew.
It's really stupid, but it kind of fits in with the kind of writers
John,
we're
I'm gonna
dealing
need
with.
you to take a second. I'm just gonna need you to sit
John,
back
can
in
you
your
go fuck
chair.
yourself?
I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath for a second. Something happened. You hurt. You're hurting inside.
I'm trying to figure this out. That's why.
I have a
called
theory
trauma.
too.
Artistic reason.
I'm gonna wait for you to finish yours three because I have a theory too. If you don't say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you
All right.
finish.
What?
This is why it's great to have black
for the
friends.
detail
Yeah.
is that she's the other good, but the decent one that I'm thinking, she's actually the Grave Mind.
Mike!
Because
Nigga, what?
there's no, at least throughout the entire series, there's literally not a single thing in the universe that freaking controls the flood other than grave minds. So who else can fucking control grave minds other than a grave mind?
And she's a Force Ghost Vision.
Yeah, exactly. Like
No, I think she's like genetic memory that she's seeing.
genomes. Yep, exactly.
Because she says we're all inside you, so I think this is literally like knowledge that's passed
Yeah,
down.
I
through
am
the
you,
ages in
yeah.
your
Yeah,
DNA.
Nobody
and
wants to be inside Quan.
what this grave mind wants to do is find a mate grave mind.
No. Get John.
What?
Grave
Pop,
mind.
stop
Back
breathing!
to snacks.
Turn her into a
John,
grave mind. It's
John.
ridiculous.
That
and
can't
stupid,
happen.
but I'm just-
Helldivers
John,
Bandit.
you stop. You stop.
I'm sorry, but
oh
it's
god.
these are
You
just my
stop.
theories. Just thinking up.
You sit back in your chair and you think about what you
So
just
all
said.
this is just
It's
Quan with a
rid-
breathing
no,
pattern.
I'll tell you. At least if she's actually a grave mind, trying to turn Quan into a grave mind, submit her, and create that would at least that would be like well within
I
the.
need you to stop coming up with theories for this shit.
Like, they're listening.
What if the
Paramount's
writers are
listening
watching?
and they
We'll
take
blame
it.
you.
It's even more of a reason why I need him to stop.
Mother Earth, grave mind.
Like, quick, Google Gravemind. What is that
Brother,
inhaler?
Ew, John!
Ew.
Brother,
Brother, what's that? What's that? What's that, brother? What's that, brother?
Look, all I'm doing is looking at these writers, seeing what they're putting together, and trying to figure out what kind of these psycho fuckers are going to put up next. And these are the ideas that kind of came to mind.
There's gonna be a scene
What
where
was
one
your
just goes,
third?
"What day is it?" And
Oh,
be
it
like,
was-
it's a 3 whole day, and they
I
never
highly
mention
doubt
it
this
again
one.
and just walk
Yeah.
off.
The other idea is that she carries the genome of the librarian, Quan.
okay, that's probably your least retarded one, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means they're not going to do that.
No,
probably
that's
not.
definitely wrong.
Yeah.
So my theory was actually like the reason they're calling like the mother. She's the one that like the flood came from her.
Mike,
Oh, grave mind of grave minds.
Yep.
Nigga, what?
thank you, Mike.
Look, we're working with the
So you're
silver
like,
timeline
Quan
here.
is a
It's gonna
fungus,
be
is
this
what you're saying.
retarded.
Yeah, that's why it says it doesn't just want to overtake, like it needs your
No.
submission.
No. No.
No. Mike, I am just following the illogical
No.
path where it leads, okay? This is
No.
worse than some Willy Wonka on acid shit, okay?
No.
Like
Mike, have you seen that thing? I can't remember what it's from. I think it might be Whose Line Is It Anyway? The old school one.
Yeah.
Where there's that guy who goes, I pay a black friend to say the N-word for me, and he just follows me around. So whenever something happens, he just points at his black friend to step in and say it.
Actually, it's a smart way to do it.
no, Gigawatt, it can't be that it can't be the primordial.
Yeah, it's just he's totally destroyed. Probably the remnants.
Yeah, possibly, but
Maybe he's trying to breed.
oh god. This
Well, that's
whole
what that was
show,
coming. She's looking for a mate. Yeah.
this whole show is just about like breeding and like
Mm.
That's what the
No,
world
Making
is
the
about, Lady
raunchiest
G.
sex scene you've ever seen in existence next
Tell
season.
you what, man, Perez looking pretty breedable these days.
oh my god. This
Am I
right
wrong?
here, like she turns around, she's still having a fight with her mom while her mom is having a neurological break from her body and brain, and then calls her Halsey. Mom.
Yeah. So it turns out
Because look, this is
she's infected.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
Oh yeah. See the thing that she sees. So what we're supposed to believe that Halsey gets infected with, because Miranda's about to touch her shoulder for some unknown freaking reason.
But before that, we get more of these guys. Oh,
Yeah, they're making their way
Liara.
out.
Liara looks herself and has a. You were always a good dad. Because it turns out she's infected as well.
Yeah, like all of the women are getting like the heroic sacrificial scenes and deaths. Have you noticed that?
Yes, that's good. That's a good thing.
No, they all
rather get
deserve
rid
to
of them
die
now.
as the cunts that they are.
It's like poetry.
He
I
doesn't
don't
care
know.
how, just so long as
Going
they
out.
die.
Going out infected by the flood. Yeah, I think she deserves that, honestly.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Watch her
Yeah,
not get
good
infected.
father.
Watch
I've
her
spent-
not get infected.
She's probably a forerunner.
Yeah.
Probably.
I've spent 4 episodes telling you are the worst thing to ever fucking happen in humanity's history.
That you're a shitty dad, that you're nothing but a criminal, that you always run. No,
The
I didn't mean any of it.
criminals- Yeah. They're not sending their best. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
did she get fucking bit?
I don't know. Harry
When-
Carey flooding?
It'd be at some
I'm-
point during the fight, but off screen.
But
Just
she
be
was.
glad it did.
But
Yeah, very
how?
much. Oh,
I
She
don't
can't
care.
fight.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with it being a Deus Ex to get rid of her.
Yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
okay with that. Yeah.
Um,
Anything
but
we can
this
do to
thing
get rid of
cool.
characters on this show is a good thing.
He looked
Oh.
remarkably happy then with
I don't know.
that freeze frame.
So,
We come to the
Arbiter.
duel.
yeah. I didn't skip Halsey, did I? Is that later?
Yeah, no, It
No,
should
it's a
have.
little later.
The cryo
Yeah, no.
tube is later, yes, but like Miranda seeing the spore on her shoulder and the cut on her neck, that was already happened.
So we're going to
Yeah.
get our 1v1, and it can't be Halo without an old school 1v1. So
That
we
also
get in
lasts-
the left corner, the Arbiter that no one knows his name or can remember him or even knows how he became the Arbiter. And in the right corner, we have Jimmy Rings, the Master Cheeks.
Ready?
And special guest cameraman, Michael J. Fox, because this shit shakes. Because this shit shakes like fuck, man.
So bad. And it lasts 39 seconds.
The fight itself, I don't mind. It's the
Yeah.
camera work.
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah,
is
it gets
fucked.
Like,
brutal.
I
It
was
gets
They
very
have to find
visceral.
unique
I
ways
wish-
to screw things up.
Yeah, I wish that there had been more of this throughout the show, but there's not. That freeze frame looked like shit. But this whole fight is actually really good. It's so shaky though, like you get a headache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can be hard to keep up with what's going. It's like Michael Bay Transformers. You go, I don't know what the fuck is happening right in front of me.
Yeah. Yes.
Except this isn't autistic. It's just shaky. See, they like punch each other, and this camera work is like, why? Why was it shaking so fucking much, man? Just
The
still,
zooms-
just hold it still and let them fucking fight.
Yeah, the zooms don't make any sense either. Like that one right there, we just zoomed in on Arbiter's abdomen for no fucking reason. And then we
Yeah.
pull out and then we go wide and it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, the reason why you get shots like that normally is because they're trying to make it look as if it's all one long camera shot with no cuts. But as it's CGI, you don't need to put tricks like
Yeah.
that in because you can actually do it in one shot.
Yeah.
I don't know why Chief didn't just run up and stab him when he was just standing with his back turned for like 30
Because the
seconds.
plot did not demand it.
Yeah, they need Chief to get go on on the ropes at least a little bit. No.
So yeah, like see, that's fine, that's cool, whatever. Takes a bit of a hit. And I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with this. I like the way he throws away his energy sword.
Yeah, I do too. That tiny little whoever put that in there, I appreciate them for it.
Yeah, it's like, you're unarmed, I'm going to go at you unarmed.
Yeah.
You know, very, very Sang Healy. And considering he talks about redeeming himself and shit like that, this dude seems like he really, 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 really into the whole honor honor aspect of Sang Healy society. So he just wants to like go 100% by the book.
Yeah.
And, you know, to be the guy that beat the demon to death by your bare hands. Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah.
Chief don't give a fuck about that, though. He ain't no Sangheili. And there's a little cool thing that comes up, actually. Cheeks turns in... I thought he was going to bane him there. But you know what this shows me? Remember that elite that he fought in
Episode
the
2
episode
without
that was
any
all
armor?
about Reach?
Yeah.
And they were like punching on for a while. Look how much Cheeks is getting his shit wrecked here.
And he's fully armored up.
And he's fully armored compared to that other one. It's like, dude, you
Yeah.
were so dead in that episode so many
Yes.
times.
Yes. Yep.
It's because it's a bad show.
No, you can't keep consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The
of
armor
course we
slows
have
him down. I don't know.
It's because it's a bad
The
show.
fucking writers
Yeah,
probably.
Here. I like this part. Okay,
it
keep in
sucks.
mind, that's what this Bruce said. He's got a little scratch on his visor there.
Yep. And at no point.
And here
Not
it
an
turns
entire
out-
chunk of the
we
visor
we
goes off.
see the final form of his visor after the fight's all over when he's talking to
Yeah,
um,
it's split
McKee. So
across.
He turns
Not
into
an entire
Scorpion
patch
from
of
Mortal
it falling
Kombat.
off.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, I've playing a little bit of Infinite. I'm more comfortable with the grappling hook than when I once was.
The grappling's
I used to
good.
hate it, but yeah,
And
it's
he
good.
actually, nice little detail is the Arbiter actually cuts it off.
Yeah.
I think it's here.
Right.
Your
Nope.
fucking
Out
hands
and
up.
outs. Right.
Yeah,
Boom.
There we
See,
go.
that's cool.
Yeah.
This is why this episode's so frustrating. It's like, why are you doing cool shit now?
Well, this ain't the writers. These are the stunt coordinators that know what they're doing.
Hmm.
Or at least if it's like what
And we're given the
I hope
budget
it's
to do
body,
it.
I hope they're actually bodies doing this, mocap suits.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, they'd have to do that.
Yeah.
With bodies.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest way to do it.
Yeah. The stunt coordinators know what they're doing. Unfortunately for the rest of the production,
Yeah, the writers.
yeah,
They
the
don't know
writers are
what they're doing.
fucking trash. They're
Yeah,
no,
the
they're
writers
they're
are
evil.
stupid.
They
See,
hate
and so like he's beating
down
him
bad.
right now. His visor's fine,
Yeah, man, it's just got a few like scratches on it,
which
Yeah.
means the monitor had to have taken out his helmet.
or something else happened. Who knows?
never explained.
Yeah. Now, that looks shit. That does not look like
Yeah.
a Sangheili, even with its like face being caved in. I like how one of its like mandibles is broken. That's cool. But like the color, the shape, that's not an elite.
It looks like they left his helmet on as he was growing up. Like, you know how Chinese women put their, when they grow
Whoa.
up, they keep their shoes in these confined little places so they keep their
Whoa.
feet small.
That is super racist.
And
I
we
can see
support
that.
that.
It's not my fault they do that shit. It's fucking cult. It's their culture. I'm just pointing it out.
And he's like, no, you can't die like this. And he's like, no, you die. So there we go. There ends the Arbiter that no one knows how he became an Arbiter. There's no explanation in the show of what an Arbiter is.
How did she
Man.
go from
Total
she,
throwaway.
like how did she go from we can build a world here to now she looks like Chief stabbed her boyfriend?
Yeah. The other thing
Like-
I loved
Fucking
about
white
this-
people.
The other
She's
thing
a
I
whore.
loved is that
Plain
She's a
simple.
slut.
And
Plain
she was
simple.
only using him.
Yeah.
Like she had
I know.
she wasn't close to him or anything.
No.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
she did the whole scar, but she's like, we are now, and he's like, we're bound to each other, and she's like, we are bound to the ring. And I'm
There
just
was-
like, that has nothing really to do with him at all. She 100% was using him. So
And at the
why?
But she also does another thing to him that's really awful. He's like defeated in battle, and he's like, God, I just want to die because I'm ashamed, and now I have even less to live for because this guy just beat me in combat. It's just the worst. I'd rather die. And she's like, No, stay alive. And he's like, I don't want to. Please kill me.
Yeah.
Please tell him to kill me. And she's like,
my
No, I'm
honor-
not going to do that.
My honor demands it.
Yeah, my honor demands that I die.
And then
right
she
now.
finally is like, the Arbiter says, and Chief's like, I know what he said.
I
and
know
like,
what he said.
I think
Yeah.
that's supposed, because Master Chief obviously can't understand him, but I think that's supposed to be like
He's like
a
warrior
soldier,
to warrior.
Yeah, warrior to warrior type
Yeah.
thing. But
Or it
we
could be
don't.
Cortana in his head. Because he
That
does have
too.
Cortana now.
They got more than one way to explain that away.
That's
Brush
true.
that off.
Fuck.
Hmm.
I hate this show.
Fuck
It's
all I was gonna
trash.
say. There was no reason for him to be an arbiter.
No,
They
we
could've
still
done-
have no idea what his great shame was. What the fuck was it?
They could have made him just a fleet commander.
Yeah, that's what I would have done.
Yep.
Ugh.
That's
what I
exactly
would
what I
have
would
done
have done. There was no reason for him to be an arbiter. And writing the show for them, you could keep everything exactly the same. You could have Master Chief bash his face in this part. Don't stab him. He lives. And then eventually when the Covenant catches up, that's how he becomes an arbiter.
Yeah, that would make way more sense.
You failed to kill Chief on Reach. You failed to stop him getting to the ring. Chief beat the fuck out of you. And then everything
he
that
lets
happens
you
on the
live.
ring. And then everything, yep, you're an arbiter now.
It's-
You're a piece of shit.
It's like the writers have gone through something like I'm going through with this. Like you're talking about Halo, so I'm hearing bits of character names and stuff and things like the Arbiter without any background information. And so they asked the guy, what happens in the Halo games. It's what he goes through. He fights these people. He fights an Arbiter. The Arbiter comes around a lot. It's like, okay, we'll put an Arbiter in. Like, they have no idea why it's important. They just know it exists and he fights him, so they did it.
I said this last
it's the whole
week.
topical.
This is what they do. They just go, I know a word about in Halo because somebody said it to me. Let's put it in the show. They're like, ooh, what's this? Let's put it in there. That sounds pretty cool.
Well, didn't one of the
all
didn't-
their information is definitely secondhand for sure.
oh
Why the
Oh, yeah.
fuck
They're
haven't we got a
tertiary.
hunter in this goddamn show yet?
Why are you dropping more
got-
names? You just got onto John for that shit and me. Why are you putting more stuff that they
We-
can Google later?
We got the Let Golo in last season, but they weren't hunters. They were just the
Why
worm forms.
don't we have a fucking hunter in this show yet?
Because they're in
Would've
Hell.
been
The
nice.
show sucks, Mike. The show sucks.
Because the show sucks.
Couldn't afford it. Too
The
expensive.
No, it's a 3 whole day.
Yeah, that's a 3 whole day right there. That's what's happening. Yeah.
everybody should go watch that.
Oh,
'cause
Lethal
it
muted
is-
himself.
It's good.
Oh,
It
sorry. I was
is.
going to say, everyone should go watch this Arbiter video.
Yes.
It's the best Arbiter video on the internet.
It is.
I
I was
looked
gonna
it up.
say it's the best video that Lethal has done for sure.
Really? A lot of people say the Gears one, but okay.
Your Gears took
Wow.
second after this one.
Way to
For
shit
me.
on the video that he.
Yeah,
all of his
what's wrong
videos.
with the Gears video, Lady G? Why do you hate the
Everything.
Gears video?
'Cause
Arbiter
my
groans.
Yeah, right after the blade pierces. But like the crazy thing about this is what. So I'm supposed to believe that Mackie walked in, Chief walked in right behind her, and they're not standing side by side.
No.
No, it's worse than that. She does this whole speech about how we can use the Halo ring to wipe out all life in the universe, and he doesn't just shoot her in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now. Should just kill her. Go, what did you just touch, bitch?
Yeah.
Never
If
trust
somebody
white
tells you-
women touching buttons on alien planets.
Yeah.
If somebody tells you they're going to wipe out all life in the universe and you're meant to be a hero, don't let him walk off. Yeah, that's the damage to his helmet.
Yeah. It's on the other side of his helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could.
Like,
Yeah, Jesper was right. They could shoot her and still bring her into season 3. I mean, they did it last season with the
Yeah.
this.
Well, no, I think you have to be shot at that point. When you've said, I'm going to wipe out all life in the universe, there is no excuse, unless you're just evil, to let them walk off.
Remember Disparu. It's like poetry. It all rhymes.
No,
He
this
has no-
ain't cheek.
their excuse is going to be he has no ammo at this point.
Oh, this is
Hey,
Master Cheeks. This is
There's
juvenile, emotionally
she
driven.
literally has been this whole season begging for his gun to shoot
Yep.
her. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I mean his
Well,
penis.
yeah, this
not
whole time,
his
like,
actual gun.
no. But like even when they mind
Lady
mind
G's-
meet on the Halo
No.
again, she's like she's like if the Covenant, because he's like if the Covenant gets it, they'll wipe out humanity, and she's like, and if humanity gets it, they'll wipe out the Covenant. So how did she go from I don't want anyone to die to I'm just gonna end everybody, and
Which-
I'm on Team Covenant now.
She
Like-
literally says, like, with no people, there's no war.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
her idea.
Yeah, like
There's just peace for me.
In this shot, I just noticed something. In previous scenes, in previous shots, Chief had a knife, a combat knife, stuck
Yeah.
between in a stupid place. Should be a holster there, but stuck in between on his right shoulder.
Oh, you're right.
Where is it now?
they don't care.
Disappeared.
They don't care. They wanted the grapple shot,
The
not the
void.
classic knife.
These
Where's my
retards
mom?
escape.
Yeah, the monsters are real. I know.
This is it. Okay. So, Silver Miranda puts Halsey
This will
into a
stop the
pyro tube.
progression. How the fuck does she know that it will stop the progression? She can't know that. And if fucking throwing it in a freezer would have worked, this is straight out of the thing or the blob or whatever. See, I'm so pissed
The
off
Blob.
I can't even think. The blob.
Blob.
The blob. It's straight out of the blob. Doesn't like the cold. Like that's where this shit comes from. Like
But she
the
talks
Forerunners
about-
would have figured out a long fucking time ago that the flood can't move in the cold.
All we have to do is freeze it.
Yeah. Like
But here's
oh,
the thing about this, though, because she talks about looking for a cure. If there is a cure, the whole universe is redundant. But there's no need for Halo rings. You
Yeah.
don't need to do some extinction level shit to contain the flood. And just all you gotta do is
well, she's
drink
gonna
a
pick
fucking
up
coffee and stick outside, and I don't fucking know. You'll be
she's
right.
gonna pick up where the Forerunners left off because guarantee you at some point we're gonna get the throwaway line of they almost had a cure, but something stopped them. I can almost fucking guarantee you're gonna get some kind of line like that. And Miranda's
Yeah.
gonna figure out the cure.
They'll be like, this Forerunner tech is... They couldn't even do it with Forerunner tech. Their Forerunner tech was perfect. And she'll just be like, no, it'll be perfect when it fits a woman.
Oh my god. Yes, basically that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Miranda's
need a
gonna
woman's touch.
just like how Quan was able to fucking put knobs up in the air, like Miranda's gonna be able to fucking magic a cure out of the Forerunner tech.
John, if I remember correctly, in some of the lore, they talk about the ancient humans' war with the Forerunners.
Yeah.
And the flood was all going on and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, they were chasing the humans, and that's why they got into conflict with the Forerunners.
There was a Forerunner who was hardcore trying to find a cure for the flood. And who was it? Was it a prophet? They talk about how a prophet may have found a cure, and then when they get to him and the prophet's like, there is no cure. All you can do is just contain.
Okay. I forget the name, but yeah, you're right. It's been a long time since I read the Forerunner saga, the
sounds
trilogy
right,
of
doesn't
books.
it?
It does sound right. Yeah. It's like, no, there is no cure. You can the only thing you can do is contain it, and they take that as gospel, because
they talk
evident.
about like, well, how have these ancient humans being able to stop their advance, and then they find out it's like, oh, they've been genociding their own people to contain it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you went to those lengths, why would you leave like samples of it in your own bases that in the future people can stumble across and set it all off again?
Because they weren't supposed to. The people that were supposed to find it, remember, Kai is the one who activated the door. So Miranda and Halsey were never meant to go in there because they are like Quan didn't want to touch anything, didn't want to take anything. She was just trying to
Yeah, but
figure
wouldn't
out
you have
what
got
was
rid
going-
of the samples?
You can't.
It's been,
There's no way to get rid of.
well,
the,
they must have done because it's been wiped out from the rest of the universe.
No, it's just been contained. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they were able to because they were able to stop it. It can't grow anymore. So they were able to break it into smaller pieces, put them into jars, and then you're supposed to believe from that lab, I think, that they were still actively trying to find a way to kill it. It got out, and that Forerunner that was clutching that sample container, sacrificed themselves or died in there from the flood, and
but
couldn't get out.
What I mean is, in this area of the universe where the humans are and everywhere else, the flood isn't there. So they literally took a sample to a clean part of the universe.
Oh yeah,
so it
no,
could
that's what I'm
infect an
saying.
entire new region again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Miranda and
Which is
Halsey,
just stupid.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the very beginning. She's like the worst scientist in existence because at
The
no
Forerunners
point.
are the stupid ones. They're the ones that did it.
No, remember that's a Brit. Wherever that lab was,
They
when
had
went
fail
down
safes on that lab.
Yeah, they had fail safes on the lab, but
didn't work.
the lab.
Well,
remember,
thanks to Miranda.
Yeah. So.
No,
So they
because
had
if
all
they
these
just
things-
researched it inside a flood area anyway, where it was already contained, they would have been fine.
Well, that's where the Forerunner was at.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
Miranda.
it isn't because
and-
there's no flood in this area of space.
Not
They
anymore,
took it to a,
but there
a
was.
place
all
where
they
it wasn't
had were
contained.
the dormant spores in those test tubes. That's all they had of them.
So what you're supposed to think is the flood has come, it's wiped everything out. They went down into this hole to try and find a way to destroy the flood. They were unsuccessful. The Forerunner that was clutching that sample tube like gave up their life or whatever because when the spores got out or however the fuck it happened. And then because Halsey and Miranda are morons, they went ahead and were like, yeah, let's take this back to our lab full of people that we can cause unknown damages to. And then again, like I said, at
The weird thing is, Halsey, it implies that Halsey knew before she going in there to grab that thing. Because what I'm saying, did you get it? She's like, yes, I got it. It was like they knew what to look for and they went in there deliberately after that. It was like it was targeted. Because they couldn't take anything from there.
They saw it there. They both wanted to grab it. Quan wasn't going to give them the chance. The fail-safes were not supposed to give them the chance. Miranda grabbed it anyway. And Halsey, knowing her daughter is similar to her, curious. Remember, they had that whole chat beforehand where shit opened up and she was like, oh, you're just like me. So then she looks at her daughter and says, did you get it? Because Halsey wanted to grab it but didn't have time. Miranda did. And then, remember, Halsey is stupid because she just stands on the light bridge and waits for it to fucking go out.
Yep. Well, ambition superseded logic in that matter.
Yeah, but, well, she could have looked at the city from the safety, like 5 steps to her left.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, no.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
We all said that when we watched it and broke that down. It was really stupid to have her just standing there.
But it was to get that, you were supposed to get that emotional mom from Miranda.
Exactly.
That's what it was
they wanted
for.
to pay off.
They were trying to, they are trying to inject emotion and payoff to shit that none of us care about and doesn't make any sense and has no place. Because remember, just a few minutes ago, Halsey told Miranda that her dad was dead.
Yeah, she didn't give a fuck.
And she didn't give 2 shits.
Oh.
She got over
Peace
it
out,
real
Papa.
fucking quick.
Yeah, 1 second of mourning and that's it.
Peace out, Papa. Mr. Gregory with the member message. Thank you very much. This show makes me wish my cancer got AIDS with a side of Ebola. But instead, all I get is a 3rd season.
Well, fortunately, it'll be sitting around for 2 years until we actually see that, probably.
Maybe.
Or even sooner. You know, they don't have the COOF lockdown rules going on, so they might come a little sooner than you think.
Yeah, they also need to they also need to falsely generate some type of value because they're trying to get themselves sold.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, well, here you go. This one part here, if this ends up being a thread that's continued, it could actually even more so just make the whole thing pointless. Like, seriously, if there's a cure for the flood, nothing matters.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's going to happen. It's going to be Miranda. Miranda's going to take the Forerunner tech. She's going to figure it out. It's going to have to do with like Quan's blood or Chief's blood or something like that. And it's going to be Quan saying they were close, but something stopped them. That's exactly what's going to be.
I actually quite like this part here. This is very Halo, this part, with the Forerunner structures coming out. Yeah. Again, this is why this episode's so frustrating, because they get things right in this episode, and parts of it look really good. And you just want to like punch a hole in your wall going, so you fucking Paramount cocksuckers were deliberately choosing to fuck everything up the whole time. Because you've shown me you can do it.
Yep.
You can actually be good.
You tend to mention visuals when you say that, though, and visuals are the easy part.
You're right.
But it's a game. But it's a game adaptation. Visuals are one of the most important things in a game.
Yeah, it's like 70-80% of the game.
Yeah,
the on a TV show, the story is the most important part.
The ring should look like the ring. When you actually have Master Chief in this episode. I mean, you get a lot more Jimmy Rings than you do Master Chief, but Master Chief is actually in this episode. Like, what do you mean? Like, come on, just give me that. Give me that shit. You have the UNSC fleet come out of slip space and you go, hey, that looks good. It looks like the ships.
Even
like, a lot of the shit we've been criticized. We've criticized a lot about this show, but I think a lot of the things we've also criticized are saying that does not look correct.
Yeah. I agree. Even them descending onto the Covenant, coming down and descending on Halo, like it that looks fine. Like, here's Chief looking up, and then you have this ominous threat coming down out of the sky. Like, it looks good.
And I think that's pretty much.
And then
the
Maki's
end.
whole "I'm a demon too" thing,
Yeah.
I'm a demon too.
and then she
And
runs
this is-
inside.
And this is
It's
where
supposed to be cool.
that he's talking to a monitor the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, we get no name particular for the monitor. He's just the monitor.
Yeah, they don't say free for free Guilty Spark. Now, the rumor I've seen from delving into the depths of Reddit hell, it's a lot of people are speculating this is Zeta Halo, which, if you know about Zeta Halo,
Oh, that would just add a huge layer onto this convoluted mess. They do not need that.
yeah, no, just keep it Alpha Halo, for the love of fuck.
Again, this show is trying to be smarter than it actually is, and they're baiting you with.
Okay, who recognizes that face there? What's that face from? You just missed it. That's the meme.
Yep.
The meme. 35 years without a foot job.
30, without a foot job.
Do crazy things to a man.
I just don't.
And yeah, that's it. When we get this last shot, it's supposed to be a really cool shot, but how did this happen?
Yeah,
How
like-
did he?
What happened here?
Did he cry? Maybe he walked into the monitor.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Because
There's
they
this
want the
whole
story bit. This entire series, from when they spoke about it, was
All-
meant to be you need to get used to him as the person, and then he like accepts himself as Master Chief, the actual armor suit character, and so you see his journey moving from one to the other, and now this is meant to be both sides of him, both halves forming together into one being. And I think they've just done it for that arty reason, not for any actual story one.
It's dumb. It's a cheap payoff.
It's
They're
dumb
looking-
and
yeah,
gay.
with no
Bad
explanation to it whatsoever. Yeah, it's a bad show. The show sucks.
If this was a good Halo show and this was a fight scene and you see his visor get cracked, we would be fine with it. We'd say
Yeah,
it all
or
looks
get-
cool.
Blast in the face by the monitor or something, or one of the troopers. Or something.
I just
And that's the end.
I get the thing that bothers me with some of this, like when he's talking to the monitor's like, so why do you fight? And he's like, because they took my image and bent it to their own purposes, so I took it back.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any fucking sense because he's still with the UNSC. Like, he still went on the mission. Yeah, he deviated for half a second, but he's still
Yeah.
right where he was going.
First
Like-
half of that line does fit with what the writers did to this show. They took my armor and bent it to their
Bent to their-
purpose.
Yeah, 100%.
Shout out Mahler.
Oh, I'm flabbergasted at how insanely bad this show is written. Like, it's legitimately like they took they what is that, Chat GPT or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh.
It's like they went and they typed in
Great smile.
they typed in Halo characters on like Wikipedia, copy and pasted them into Chat GPT and said, write me a series about this. Like, that's what it feels like they did, because it doesn't, the episodes don't connect. And yes, we've been through this. They have different writers for every episode, but the episodes, even from one episode to the next, they make no sense. They contradict each other. They're confusing as hell. There was this whole emphasis that this season was going to be about Reach. And Reach was literally like an episode and a half. And then it was a bunch of nothing. And then all of a sudden we have the flood.
But there's loads of questions that were just never answered. For instance, why was that pirate captured and then moved into Halsey's cell? Like,
yeah,
it just happened. There was no reason for it. It was never explained. I thought it was even like for the guy's way to knowing they were going to get invaded and stuff, to give her a bit of protection, maybe give her a chance. It's no, just never mentioned again. Just forget about it.
I just typed on ChatGPT, write a show about the Halo series. Shall I read it out?
Yes, because it's got to be better than this.
Okay. Title: Halo Legacy. Synopsis: Halo Legacy is an epic sci. Trust me, this whole thing's not long. is an epic sci-fi television series set in the expansive universe of the Halo video game franchise, spanning across multiple worlds. It follows the adventures of Master Chief, a super soldier known as a Spartan, and his allies as they battle against the relentless Covenant, a theoretic alliance of alien races, and uncover ancient secrets that could determine the fate of the galaxy. Season 1, not episode 1, season 1, which is called Awakening. The first season introduces viewers to the universe of Halo as Master Chief, a Spartan 2 super soldier, awakens from his cryogenic sleep aboard the UNSC (brackets United Nations Space Command). Fuck, this show. ChatGPT is telling us more about the UNSC already. But anyway, awakens aboard the UNSC ship, the Pillar of Autumn. Something that was never mentioned on this whole
Never.
fucking show.
Yeah.
With the ship under attack by the Covenant, the Master Chief, alongside his AI companion Cortana, leads a defense and narrowly escapes to the mysterious ring world known as Halo. So basically, the first mission of the fucking campaign. As Master Chief explores Halo, he encounters inorganic forerunners, ancient beings who have constructed the ring world. Meanwhile, on Earth, a young soldier named Jameson Locke is recruited into the Spartan program. As the season progresses, Master Chief uncovers the truth about Halo's purpose and battles against both the Covenant forces and the Flood, a parasitic alien species. So that's season 1. There's 5 seasons here. No, 4, sorry. Should we keep going?
Sure. Yeah,
yes, because it's already better than this fucking show.
At least there's some duality going on.
Season 2 is called Convergence. In the second season, Master Chief and Cortana discover another Halo ring and race against the... So, the show is not canon. Keep that in mind as well. This show's doing its own thing. We're going to call this the fucking bronze timeline.
Gold timeline. It's better than silver.
Yeah, discover another Halo ring and race against the Covenant to prevent them from activating it. Meanwhile, Locke and his team of Spartan 4 soldiers are tasked with investigating a mysterious signal on a remote planet, leading them to a deadly confrontation with a rogue faction of Spartans known as the Insurrectionists. As tensions rise between the USC and Covenant, alliances are tested and secrets are revealed. Master Chief must confront the true nature of the Forerunner's legacy while facing off against new threats, including the cunning Covenant leader, the Arbiter. Okay. Season 3 is called Reckoning. So how the fuck can ChatGPT take a Halo show and say, yeah, we're going to do non-canon like the real Halo show and already have something better?
Because ChatGPT reads the source material.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't fit with real canon.
It's also based on but it's also based on logic. Like, it's logically progressing. It's building off of what came before in the series. So even though this isn't a canon show, it's building off of what has already happened, and it's utilizing the existing source material as reference points. It's not just hollowing them out and using them as empty shells to get the message across.
Season 3 is called Reckoning. The third season sees the galaxy plunged into chaos as new enemy emerges, threatening both humanity and the Covenant. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, Master Chief and Locke must put aside their differences to unite against a common foe. As conflicts escalate, ancient Forerunner artifacts are unearthed, revealing a shocking revelation about the origins of the Halo ring and the true purpose of the Forerunner's creations. With the help of old allies and new enemies, Master Chief and Locke embark on a daring mission to stop enemy and save the galaxy from destruction. Season 4 is called Ascendance. In the final season, the stakes are higher than ever as Master Chief and Locke lead the charge against the enemy stronghold. With the fate of the galaxy at stake, sacrifices must be made, alliances will be tested, and heroes will rise. As the climatic battle unfolds, the true power of the Halo rings is unleashed, leading to a showdown that will determine the destiny of all life in the galaxy. In the end, the legacy of Halo will be defined by the action of those who fought to protect it. And now there is an epilogue called Legacy. The epilogue provides closure to the series, showing the aftermath of the conflict and the rebuilding of the galaxy in the wake of the war. As new threats loom on the horizon, the heroes of Halo must stand and unite against the legacy of their sacrifice and lives on for generations to come. Yeah, this shit makes way more sense already.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's following a logical path.
Yeah.
Whereas the writers of this Paramount show is not.
Huh. Well, there you go. ChatGPT can make a better non-canon Halo show than fucking Paramount. Ain't that some shit?
The issue that this show has is it never goes anywhere. Like, okay, so we've ended up at the Halo ring again, but that was just something that was shoved in last episode, I think it was, out of nowhere. So for the other 6, nobody had a plan. We weren't progressing to something. We weren't trying to stop something or to get somewhere. And just kind of waffle on for a few series and then for a few episodes and then go, Halo ring all of a sudden, right? This is the most important thing in the world. It's.
Yeah, that's it. They were all overoccupied and having the humans kill each other rather than actually making it a human versus Covenant conflict.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there was no arc. There was no story arc across the series.
No.
We just suddenly ended up at a Halo.
There wasn't even episodic arcs. Like, you can't even claim that this show is episodic because there's nothing, there's no payoff in any episode. Like, this episode should have been either episode 1 or episode 2 of the first season minus the flood. Like, that's what it should have been.
Say the line, Mike.
The 3 whole days.
The show sucks.
The show sucks.
Bad.
We're going to start to wrap this bitch up. This stream is going to be claimed, but it will inevitably be released probably in a week or so. But that's the end of season 2. I guess it's better than season 1. I guess. That's about it.
That is a low bar.
Yeah.
I preferred watching season 1.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I didn't know how bad it was going to be, and I had more entertainment tearing it apart. Now I'm just miserable and sad.
I don't know. I think season 1 was actually some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, season 1, the first 2 episodes, it was already fucking trash. I already accepted that for the rest of the series.
Yeah, but it was like watching a car crash and not knowing what was going to happen. Now we already know there's a car crash. And
now we're in the morgue identifying the body.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
it's not
that's a
as
good way to
fun
put it.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. The crash was
Smells a
fun.
bit too.
The crash was fun, but seeing the aftermath isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think there is a thing where something could be so bad it's funny, and then it could actually improve, but it makes it worse because now it's like it's not even funny anymore.
I still think this was better than season 1.
I mean,
The only thing that really makes it better, quote unquote, better than season 1 is the action. But
yeah,
that's like, it's just like fucking pennies.
but that's also
Pennies more.
That's also what makes it worse because it's proof that they could have done this all along. They could have gotten the needlers, the plasma cannons, the ships, the fucking all of it, the armor. They could have done it all along, and they chose not to. And Paramount does not have the time, the money, or quite frankly, the IP value to be fucking around with this shit anymore. Like they have to have wins, especially if because like fucking Warner Brothers has backed out of the deal.
Yeah, they told him to fuck off.
Yeah, they
Didn't
were
you
like,
say Warner Brothers looked into it and they said
They
you're
were-
not as valuable as what you told us?
yes, Warner Brothers and Paramount. Warner Brothers was going to absorb Paramount, and because Paramount said they had this much value, and a lot of it came from their IPs and their legacies that they had, and that the Warner Brothers would be getting access to all of this treasury of IPs, and they estimated that worth to be something like $7 or $8 billion. Well, Warner Brothers went and looked into it. They looked into the valuation of the actual company through like independent sources. And Warner Brothers was like, no, fuck you. It's not even close to that. Because you got to think, Paramount is saying that it was worth twice as much as Lucasfilm. Because remember, Lucasfilm sold for $4 billion. Do you honestly think, looking at what Paramount has put out in the last decade and a half, that it's anything close to Indiana Jones or Star Wars pre-Disney?
Bold strategy did not pull off whatsoever.
No, and that's why Warner Brothers was like, "Hey, you need to figure this shit out." That's why Paramount is now in danger of being literally chop shopped and sold in pieces. They're
One
gonna
can only
sell,
hope.
they're gonna sell off bits and pieces of it. That's where they're at. That's the barrel they're staring down, and this is the shit they want to get out, and still claim they're worth billions of dollars and that they have this great IP treasury.
Yeah, that's retarded.
Ruined most of them. So good on good on them. They just killed themselves.
I still have some things to say about this Halo show, but I'm going to save them for my other streams because I still got to go through some Kiki Wolfkill shit. I apologize to the chat. I was supposed to do that last week, but last week was kind of scuffed. But apparently there's more. So, yay. We can do it all in one sitting.
Blur.
She's got to be the worst. Because she's got to be the worst out of all of them that are representing this show. She's been there for years, almost 10 years now, working on the Halo stuff. She's been there for the Hunt the Truth, Halo 4, Halo 5, all the when it's 343. You should know better. And yet she's letting the Paramount give us this shit.
Because she's
She got
getting
kicked out
paid.
From,
Oh, yeah,
the games. She's got nothing to do with the games anymore. They told her there was that massive bloodbath where they got rid of Bonnie. Well, I mean, Bonnie left.
Yeah. No, she's getting paid. That's all she gives a shit about. She got paid.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody else. Fuck the fans. She got paid.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not done. We still have a lot to do, but we're going to get into that on another day. We have to wrap this one up. Again, this will be blocked, but it will eventually be unblocked. So, Disparu, thank you so much for your weeks of sacrifice and losing, I don't know, a couple brain cells. Any stream or anything you want to promote?
No, the last video is about the Acolytes. Next video will be about a comment that she made. This show was made for me before they even started speaking to me. So I've been looking into her background and it's horrific. That'll be the next video. But yeah, just Disparu on YouTube.
Good times all around. Mike!
Yeah, go check me out over on kick.com/epicmike. I'll be doing gaming streams on there. More Helldivers because I can't stop. And maybe a couple Dragon's Dogma streams. I'm just playing the game, and I'll just play while I'm just hanging out with the chat because trying to do a full narrative stream of this game, I'm like, no, thank you. There's no narrative. It's just you run around stabbing shit. So, but yeah, go check me out over there, and then keep your eye on epicverse.tv. Shot some cool stuff over the weekend that we're working on getting edited and stuff to show some people soon. So,
yay!
Cool. Lady G.
You can find me here on YouTube and over on Twitter mostly. And this show is atrocious. I hate it. I hate all the women in this show so much more. And quite frankly, I would like Chat GPT's show. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's decent.
And John, what's your next video, John? You just put out a really good first video.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get that working. Life has got a little hectic, especially getting started with this a lot earlier than I was planning on doing it. So hopefully I'm trying my best to get it out by Thursday. So by Thursday morning in the stateside, it should be out. But I can't make any promises. But you can find me on YouTube at the John Connors, over on Kick as well. I'll be trying to stream there as well. But yeah, it's quite a hectic week for me, so I might not be around. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try for the sake of the audience.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you everybody for the past few weeks. Thank you for today. And I'll see you all pretty soon. The show sucks.
hole. Yeah, I love using your hole. I'm gonna use your little asshole in your mouth, because you know what it is. It's a free whole day. Fucking railed. Bitch is getting railed. Fuck! 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 God, where are you going? Baby. Yeah, face fuck. I'm dropping low. Yeah. Oh, up in your fucking mouth. Gonna paint his town red. Gonna paint his wife white.